Nuovarden is a dimension of wide-open mystery and infinite discovery created by our very own DungeonMisterTy and published by Adventure Slang Productions. You can learn all about this dynamic game system and wondrous setting at adventureslang.com.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Superior Adventures Guild. My name is Dave, your humble host for a very, very special Nuovarden one-shot with our good friend DungeonMisterTy and some other beautiful humans that we will meet here shortly. I wanted to quickly thank you all for being here. Thanks to all the players and Ty and our producer Andy for bringing this to life. We are in the middle of a very important fundraiser, Games for Love. What a fantastic organization. Let me tell you a little bit about it real quick. Games for Love likes to bring hope to children who are experiencing extended stay situations in hospitals. They introduce games and gaming therapy. They supply game systems to hospitals so that children can have something else to focus on while they're healing their bodies. We all know that games bring hope and enjoyment and fun into our own lives, help us with problem solving and getting some of that energy out there. It's even more important for children who are pent up and caught up in these situations. So we are very, very thrilled to be part of this effort with our good friends over at Phoenix Wacky. So thanks to John for helping set this whole thing up. It takes a lot, and it takes a lot of creativity and planning, and we're here, we're doing it. There are total 17 game sessions. There are 7 game masters involved. There are 55 players involved. All of these creative people coming together because they want to support what Games for Love is doing. And you're here because you want to see the games we're playing. You want to hang out with us, spend time, and hopefully you have the opportunity and the ability to donate to Games for Love. If not, you can help out by just being here and supporting us and helping spread the word. So there are some in-game donations, and Andy, our producer, will show you a list of in-game donations. We have an opportunity as the viewers to get involved with the game. For every $5 that you donate, you get a chance to win some giveaways, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. There are some additional things that you can do to influence the game at higher levels of donation. You can see those on the screen right now. Every $5 gets you a chance to win. We are going to have 4 session giveaways during tonight's stream, and you are also entered to win some of the grand prize giveaways that we'll be drawing on the 12th of November, so next Sunday. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I encourage you to donate at whatever level you feel comfortable with and have the ability to do. We will play this game and have some fun and react to whatever you throw at us. So bring it on is what we're thinking, and we're really happy that you're here with us. So I just want to really quickly, before I hand this over to Ty, I want to thank our sponsors who have donated all these fantastic things, including Adventure Slang Productions, the publishing group that puts out Nuovarden. In fact, we'll be giving away 2 PDFs of the Nuovarden rule set tonight. We've got CZRPG as a sponsor. Of course, they've been a long-term sponsor of our Heroes of Greyhawk campaign. Darling Creepshow has donated a hand-painted, really cool mini that we'll be giving away on the 12th. Free League Publishing has chipped in a bunch of things, including a hard copy of the Dragonbane TTRPG that just came out. Frictionless Dan is involved. Hero Forge has a bunch of minis that they gave to us to give to you. Idle Champions has an awesome pack that they're going to be giving away on the 12th, including a bunch of Phoenix dice, and Sirenscape is giving us a bunch of stuff, including, and also, World Anvil, which is super cool, a year subscription to World Anvil. So those are a lot of giveaways that we'll be doing on the 12th. Tonight, we'll have 2 Nuovarden PDFs and a couple of Hero Forge minis. So get in on the action and help us raise money for Games for Love. Ty, I think I've said enough. I'm handing it over to you, my friend.
Wonderful job. Thanks so much. And welcome, everyone. I also want to extend that welcome to my wonderful cast, and thank you for your time in participating in this important charity, this fundraiser, and then also in getting into the world of Nuovarden and discovering what's going on there. Nuovarden and the Fortunes D4 system are both original designs by Adventure Slang Productions. Nuovarden is the setting. It is an Earthpunk setting. It is a vast garden on another dimension that is not the Earth, and it has different characteristics from the Earth. The sky is amber. It is not blue. Storms are uncommon. I say that. we'll see what happens. The world has changed after a cataclysmic event known as the Emergence, when the majority of the people who are now in Nuovarden were previously non-existent or were in their natural forms of aesthetic, the elements, knowledge, and etc. We're going to learn a little bit about some of those peoples in a moment when our players introduce their characters. The fortune system is a D4 system. It is completely original. Completely original in as much as my brain drew on all the things that I learned over many years of TTRPG play and tried to make adjustments towards things that I liked better than what I had experienced in the past, or things that we, the people that have helped to design it, including my daughter, Serendipity, if you're watching, have pulled together for this system. So we're going to see a lot of that in action tonight. And we are in the final stages of pulling it all together so that it will be robust and available for your hands very soon. But let's see how the game works while we play it. Without further ado, I would like, and I'll just go across my screen as I can see my players, and have each of you introduce the character that you're playing tonight. And a little bit later in the show, we'll learn more about you as well. So, Candace, would you please introduce your character?
Mute. I was on mute. My name is Candace, also known as Candace the Magnificent. My pronouns are they, she, and I am here tonight playing Puuf, a cacutz. She is gray, and she has little pink ears, and she just like loves nature, man.
She's not
Big.
too little though, right?
No, she's a big muscle mommy. She's not a small gray cat. She's a large gray cat with the gravitas of a sweet small one.
Yes. More to learn about Puuf as we go.
Yeah.
Alex, welcome to the show. Who are you tonight?
I will be playing Osha, the Ixi, a short, very dark blue-skinned Ixi, very greasy, long hair. Just think of like the little girl from The Ring, but with dark blue skin, and also smelly.
And there are reasons for that, culturally, lore-wise, that the Ixia do not particularly pay much attention to hygiene, but perhaps we'll learn more about characters' preferences as we go on. Thank you for that.
It's not a self-insert, I promise. I don't smell.
Very good, very good. Kay, please.
Hey, well, I'm Kay Purcell. I use she, they pronouns. And tonight I'm playing Kaz. Kaz is also a Kakitz, but they're a little interesting. I'll describe it in the moment because it's more fun that way. But they maybe have a bit of an attitude and maybe a bit of a grudge. Maybe.
Is that 2 grudge references tonight now? I just pulling that out of the thin air. Maybe it's manifested in my mind, but thank you very much for that introduction, and we will learn more about Kaz shortly. And Dave. Dave, I will add that Dave and Candace have both played Nuovarden before. And then we have 2 new players, so that's exciting. Dave, who are you playing this time?
I am playing Tefra, and Tefra is the Lenai, just out to have a great time. A short little thing, a small package, but great personality, boisterous and fun, a little mischievous. If you look at Tefra, Tefra has this very kind of dark black, almost rock-like appearance, but then there are these motes of this kind of swirling, almost like fluid lava rock inside and underneath, and they are full of energy, and they like to manipulate the elements, particularly those related to heat, molten lava, hot air, and that kind of thing. Fire. Yeah. Well, I'm very excited.
Hot air sounds right for a Lenai.
I mean, that's part of me being put into my character because I do spout a lot of hot air. So here we are.
It sounds like you full of hot air to me.
Awesome. Now, also, our party is higher level. We're not low level. We are mid level. In Nuovarden, the levels max by rules is written at 8. tonight we are at Evolution 4. So there's a little bit more going on with these characters, including a second discipline. And we can learn more about that as maybe those opportunities come up. I am DungeonMisterTy. I am your seer, the game master tonight. My pronouns are he, him, and seer. Seer is my pronoun tonight as well. So welcome everyone to the table. Let us begin. Because you are seasoned adventurers, explorers, as we refer to them in Nuovarden, you have a little bit of a connection already established in various degrees. Perhaps you already knew each other. Perhaps you learned about each other as you came along, or have just recently gotten to know certain members of your party. As is common in the world, you met and currently are at a range camp. And a range camp is a sort of a stopover point for explorers to go to find information, items to resupply, to find some security from the greater wilds. And there's generally a trader there. There's sometimes some security there in the form of guards and folks that oversee the camp. The reason why range camps exist is because the landscape is vast in Nuovarden, and the settlements, between settlements, are great distances, and so the range camps fill those in. And you've been hanging out at this range camp for some time. You know Exon. Some of you who have seen prior Nuovarden live actual plays before know that Exon is a recurring Ixia trader in the camp. Ixi, actually, trader. The Ixi are the ones that wear the cloth over their eyes to demonstrate that they have not seen the truth according to their culture. And Exon makes their living by selling items to explorers and helping them find work. And so you are, again, a bit familiar with Exon. And Exon comes to you on this fine day in this range camp and says, "Hello, my lovelies, my favorite explorers in quite some time. Are you busy? I suspect not, hanging around here so long." I will turn it over to each of you. Are you busy at the moment?
I'm always busy, paying attention to the breeze, feeling the air rippling through my fur, thinking about the future, the past, the present, and all that lays ahead of us in this big, beautiful world.
If I always enjoy your perspective on life, it does give me some trauma from home, but nonetheless, I can understand. I will miss you when you're not here, and I will look forward to you returning. Should you find yourselves accepting what I have to offer, but really, do you have time?
Yes, I have time. After all, we never truly leave. A little piece of our spirit essence always sticks around. So don't worry. I'll be with you.
Exon's eyes sort of glance over to Osha, and they shudder a little bit, but great. And the rest of you?
What was that look for?
Well, you know, the vast
Secrets?
unknown and all that.
Secrets? You have secrets?
We all have secrets, don't we?
Not me. I'm an open scroll. I'm not busy at all. I'm ready for some sort of an expedition or adventure. I'm always ready. Kaz is always ready too. Right, Kaz?
There's like a shadow nearby, and you just see, you know, the cowled profile of, "I'm always ready if there's an adventure that's going to pay quite." Holy shit, Puff, is that you?
Kaz, oh my God. It's so good to see you. You look so well. Wow. You've really filled out over the years.
And Kaz is a Kekits, but is a hairless Kekits. So there's these weird kind of skin folds. Their face has like a little gray mask, and their hands and feet are gray, but then they kind of fade back to the like chicken skin color that hairless cats have. And they're pretty dinged up. They've got multiple scars. It looks like their tail's missing the last inch or two. And he's just like, and one snaggletooth, and he's like, You quit the business. You can't be coming back here taking jobs if you quit. That's not how you treat a business partner. That's not how you treat. But what are you doing here?
I was invited to come on this wonderful journey. Don't worry. It's okay. Everything's going to be good. I've missed you so much. You have no idea.
You bailed on me. How much does it pay?
Oh, I did that. Let me give you a little more information, because payment is not my problem in this instance. Yes, well, I've been told there is an Asgal village not far from here, and reports are coming out that they've seen something upsetting. I don't know. This is your thing. I thought you would like to know. As far as payment goes, though, I proffer in rumors and goods. There's your rumor, gratis. But you should probably go ask them. It's their problem.
Sounds legit to me. Sounds like a great use of our time.
Agree. Adventures are always a good use of your time. Knowledge is king, y'all.
It's true.
What knowledge exactly did you just offer? All you said is that there's something upsetting them.
Right.
What?
The knowledge is for us to find.
Ooh, discovery and wonderment. This is right up our alley, isn't it, Kaz?
I want to know how much it pays.
Tefra gets it.
The payment it's not my job. It's something I heard. You'll have to ask those folks at the village.
A middleman?
It's a rumor, okay? I just heard it. Honestly,
That's a bummer.
I hear all kinds of things. Look, here's the thing.
You heard things about
I was
me?
at work. No. I don't know how much you're paying.
Well, I haven't been paid yet, so.
That could be, yeah. Anyway, well, so here's what I'm explaining to you. I'm at work, right? I'm just moving things around, and I'm selling things, and I'm moving things around, and things are coming in, and then I hear things, and I think, who would benefit from this the most? And I look over, and who do I see? I see Puuf appearing out of nowhere, and Osha, and the wild little one, and I think, look at these. This is who would want to hear about this. So, out of the goodness of my own heart, I'm telling you the information. If you don't want the job, it's none of my problem. I'm not getting paid for this, unless you need to buy something.
Let's see how much this job pays, and then I'll find out if I could buy. Let's go. Glares at Puuf. Are you coming?
Obviously. It's
Are you
gonna
gonna-
pay in experiences. Look at this kismet, you and me here at the same time. Oh, wow, it's like the old days. It's really good. And I get to meet new friends. My heart is so full.
This is not at all like the old days. And their little tail is just going as they start trudging off.
I do have to say, my heart is full as well. Good luck. You know the village in question as well. You know where it is. It's pretty local, and you've seen it, or maybe even been there a time or two and coming and going, perhaps not, but you know where it is. What I would like to know, though, and I'm particularly inspired by this question because we have two of our Kakuts in here, and I'm wondering a little bit more about your appearance, because I think that it's very interesting, the dynamic, both visually as well as emotionally.
Yeah, Puuf is over 6 feet of pure muscle, rippling kind of underneath this like very velvety short hair, short fur, very cute baby pink toe beans, little black nose, big giant kind of gold green eyes that are always half lidded. They have a little jar that they cannot be separated from, that they keep on them at all times, that's full of some unknown substance. And she walks with like a very kind of laid back gait. If you imagine Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, but like a more feminine sway, that's how she walks. She's definitely someone who takes up a lot more space than her attitude kind of belies. She does have some scars here and there, like she's seen battle and like she's been in action. And she keeps her claws very sharp, and kind of like ready for attack despite her very peaceful demeanor. She has 2 fangs that are slightly longer and they stick out a little bit when she smiles.
And so, Kaz, you are of the same culture.
Yes, Kaz is, like I said, kind of looks like a chicken ready for roasting with gray tips. Really, really big ears. If you were to touch them like hairless cats, they have a very fine fuzz, but you can't really see it. He is only about 5'6", so significantly shorter than Puff, but kind of almost a lean, wiry look, but you can see the musculature under the weird wrinkly skin. Lots of scars across the face. There's a nick out of one very large ear, very expressive ears that are constantly going up and down and flicking around. And even though they're a little bit like on the scrawny side, you can see when they're not putting on a show, when even just when they're casually moving, you can see the predator in them. You can see how this is a fighting machine, because they are very good at both stealth and at fighting. That is what they do, which is something they used to do with someone else.
What's their gear and their fashion sense?
They have kind of a roguish look to them. They've got on a black kind of tunic with a belt, hood up usually over their ears, which looks very funny because the ears are drooped under it. And a dagger that is longer than it should be, but still not quite a short sword with a slight curve to it. And no pants. Just Winnie the Pooh in it.
There's no way to put it.
Respect. Pants harsh people's vibes.
Yeah.
Slow you down.
And
Oh,
if
I
anyone-
forgot to say about Puff. They don't have a tail. They have like a little short Manx tail, and that's kind of where they get their name from. Sorry, I forgot.
What is Puff's loadout and fashion sense?
Puff has like kind of flowy everything on, and doesn't really like ascribe to any of that stuff. Like she has some items, like for herself, she has like a little bow that she kind of just like has slung over her back with like a simple like leather strap. But she wears mostly like she has like a shawl situation with like real long tassels, like little leather tassels to like keep her, from the elements. But she's she's not like trussed up at all.
All right, Tefra, you've been pretty vocal. Why don't we get a little more in your appearance, maybe your fashion and loadout, and then we'll wrap with Osha.
I'm bare ass naked. I don't have any clothes on, but you guys watch as Tefra is like pulling up a bedroll, a tent. Oh, I got a shovel. What else do I have? Oh, I have a shell. And Tefra holds up the shell to anybody that's interested. Oh, you can feel the breeze. Actually, they got. Tefra is this short, 3 foot tall, just a firecracker, red skin. When they get excited, a little bit of flame starts to bubble up from their head, almost like hair. And the more excited they get, maybe the higher the flames flicker. And right now they're at like max flickering. I'm showing my excitement. No pants. Just like Kaz. I'm so excited.
Kaz has a little more going on than you do, though. Osha, we know your skin is blue. We know your hair is straight and perhaps a bit oily. What is your loadout fashion?
Apparently we all had this idea. Also, no pants going on here. Essentially, just like what would equate to just like a burlap sack, just like this beige bag, basically, that he's wearing. And what I did forget to say is that his eyeballs are just like solid black, just like onyx stones, and you often find him spacing out, and you don't really know which way he's looking because there's no pupil or iris to move about. So there's that. And I have this very weird candle that I carry around with me. Instead of illuminating light, it does quite the opposite. Almost sucks all the light in the room.
That's useful.
Can be.
Creepy, but cool.
Very well. And so, duly acquainted and described, you make your way towards the Asgol village. It's not too terribly long. The denizens of Nuovarden tend to speak in terms of distance and time in ways that they can measure bodily. So the distance to the Asgol village is within a few thousand breaths, which is about a mile. And as you are traveling along, you know, the landscape is very lush. It's beautiful. It's very colorful. It's a vibrant environment. The area you're in right now is mostly forested. And you make your way towards this village. Does anyone have anything they want to add before we move into the Asgol village?
Probably like walking from the back of the group, like dragging their feet, I would say. So we're taking a job we know nothing about for payment we know nothing about. Is that right? Do I gather that?
Yeah.
We're inquiring about the job to find out if it pays well enough to be worth putting our skin on the line. I have agreed to nothing.
Keep your options open. That's always a great idea. Right, Kaz?
Where did you find this one?
I think Tefra kind of found us. I think that's how that worked out.
It's true.
That tracks, yeah.
I mean, you know, like back in the day.
Oh, did we did a job?
Back in the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do a lot of jobs. I'm sure was it
Jobs. I do jobs sometimes.
Yeah.
I love jobs and adventures. What's back in the day mean?
Like back. I don't want to talk about back in the day. And
I'll talk about it. It was really fun.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it wasn't. No, it's better now.
Oh yeah, now that you're just a solo adventurer out there and you're just 4 feet, just killing it, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah, it's great. All the freedom. No one to split the reward with.
It's true. No one to slow you down.
No one to leave me in the
Free spirit.
lurch.
Leave you in the lurch? Who would do that?
Yeah. who
That
would?
sounds like absolutely unchill behavior.
Yeah.
I hate people like that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm catching a little bit of a vibe here. Do we want to like just sit down and talk through something?
No talking. We're going. And starts walking faster.
You're catching my vibe. That's such a good compliment. Thank you.
Oh,
Don't catch your fight. Whatever you do, don't catch their giant.
is it contagious?
Yeah.
Because I
it's very
like it.
contagious.
I hope so.
What are we talking about? Yeah, there's something.
We're talking about vibes, and I have to tell you, I love yours, Osha. You've got like this spooky, dark kind of affectation, and it's really unique. It's like the opposite of the light is the darkness, and that's what balances the world.
Well, this whole thing, I just found it, but thank you. I guess
We're
gonna
a
get
crack
going.
team. Yeah.
Thank you, Phantom.
Phantom up to.
Phantom
There's a
just
Phantom?
donated a manifesting event.
Oh, snap. Do
Oh,
not
that's
let me
fine.
forget.
This is
Yes,
fine.
manifesting event.
Yes, the manifesting event will happen with the first manifestation attempt. So we will see what happens there. We have that on the docket. Thank you very much, Phantom, or not thank you. But we'll find out what that is in a little bit. As you approach the bustling village in the heart of the Reniclau Woods, you are approached by a vibrant woman, her white gown stylishly patterned with mauve, lavender, blue, and green designs. Shimmering gold and copper jewelry dangles from piercings in her ears and nose, thin chains expertly crafted, ending in polished tabs and tiny gem chips. She wears a copper crown that clasps her skull in thin braided lines. She wears a scintillating gown of sparkling orange fabric. I am Jazz Kajori, supreme of this village. I am hopeful that you are the explorers we seek.
Kaz doesn't say anything because it's taking all their self-control not to bat at the jewelry.
Would you say that the light reflects off the jewelry, like very bright presence?
Definitely does. Yeah. These are the Asgal, and the Asgal are very lithe. They're about 5 to 6 feet tall. They have no hair except for the down on their bodies, which is white, and they tend to dye them in vibrant colored patterns, or they tattoo them as part of the subculture, the Asgar, and they're very aesthetically pleasing. So, but
Your
yes,
look
the light
is
is
far out.
Your look is well out there as well.
Thank you.
Osha, were you concerned about the reflections of the light?
Yeah, definitely gonna like shield my eyes a bit as I go and dig out my candle and light it. I imagine it doesn't have any sort of like holder at all. It's just like a candlestick.
You just pull it out, and you're within a 16-foot radius of you. Everything just dims.
That's a little bit better.
Oh, cool. Tefra's gonna get a little bit closer to Osha and see if their flames and things dim a little bit as they get close.
There's like an aura around the flames on you that shine in the dim light, and kind of competes with this bubble of shadow that this candle seems to be emitting. There's a bit of a conflict.
I'm gonna jump closer to Osha and be like, and then I'm gonna jump away and, hey, this is fun. We're the team for this job.
Maybe. What does it pay?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to know what it is first?
I mean, if you want to do that first, but I need to know what it pays.
Over the last 3 darkenings, side note meta, a darkening is the period of twilight that lasts 10 hours when the sky crystal dims. The sky crystal is the light source in this world, and after the emergence, the sky crystal was cracked, and this twilight befell the world and all creatures in it, which must take a rest period during some aspect, about 6 to 8 hours of this darkening, at which point the sky crystal returns to radiance and 14 hours of light return. The darkening and the light period are measured in a sort of cycle called a phase. And Jacques Jazori is speaking in terms of the 3 darkenings past. Over the last 3 darkenings, our scouts have observed a distant purple light at the foot of the lavender shadows. We have never seen something like this before. It moves in such a way to bob and weave and flow in the twilight. There is a cavern in the shadows, a relic of things from before the emergence. Perhaps some landplaque spirit has been disturbed. We do not wish to bring its attention to our home. Will you investigate for us?
Anything to restore the peace to your village, you poor thing.
Thank you. For taking on this task, I may offer to you wards tattooed onto your skin that will temporarily offer you extended protections if you wish, and they will be good for the duration of the time you are gone. But that's
Yes, but will the tattoo remain even when it's unpowered?
Oh yes, the image would still remain.
Sign me up.
I'm in.
For you, we'll have to find lighter pigments, I think. What color would you like on the background of your stony exterior?
Oh, we get to pick colors? Oh, well,
Or it could blend into your skin if you wish.
I want it to be real showy. Maybe
Of
like
course you do.
Not pink, it'll clash with the red.
Puff, I need some advice here. This is a big decision. I've never had a tattoo before.
You know, I think if you went with like a yellow or a gold, it would really bring out the flames in your lava.
I'm in gold, yellow, whatever you have. I'm in.
Yeah.
Sensible. She asks Kajori looks at Kaz and says, is this amenable until at least you find more information? It's a substantial gift of the Asgall.
I mean, it is, but we get a tattoo to get us through the mission, but that's it.
Let's see how it goes. And we're happy to feed you, give you rest in a place of security.
We did come all the way out here.
Until we know what we're up against, it's hard to substantiate for the reward. It may be benign.
This is why I hate doing jobs. But fine. I'm all the way out here. Fine.
Very well. Thank you. 4 individuals, their bodies marked by heavy black patterns tattooed into the skin beneath their fine white gown, proceed from one of the houses. Each wears black hides, bracers, or gauntlets, and otherwise bear the smallest accents of color juxtaposed against their stoic aesthetic. Each carries a palette of inks and a sharp stylus. You are offered the choice of one design: stylized crossed bracers, a bleeding eye covered by a leather patch, a heart covered in metal plates attached by rivets. And let me explain to you what each of these does. So these tattoos will allow you once per day to invoke the status effect on yourself that they offer. The 3 options are: the bracers offer the braced status effect. And when you invoke the status effect, attacks against you are made at an increased difficulty. The bleeding eye covered by a leather patch invokes the dismissed status effect. And when you invoke this status effect, an attacker must succeed a challenge roll against the mind or choose a different target. The heart covered in metal plates attached by rivets is the hail status effect and allows you to ignore all damage from one source until the end of your next turn. And you may choose one.
They're like a book with all the designs, or like a wall that we choose from.
There's like cloth parchment, and it has the designs on the fabric, so you can see them.
Osha will like raise his like very bony hand and point to the eye, and then like lower his hand again, hide it behind all the hair.
And the Asgard that you speak to smiles and nods and says, "Where would you like it?" Very well. And they begin to work on this tattoo. Very interesting in the third eye effect on your forehead. It is also very interesting for you culturally because it has a patch over the eye. This may have some, suggestion that's very personal to you. And you will be able to invoke the dismissed status effect once per day. The rest of you?
Kaz is gonna kind of grab their purse and pull them over, be like, okay, I want the heart one, but I need. and like whispers. And it's like, you can't, don't let anyone see it. Here, no one can see it. You're going to do that.
I will do that. They take the stylus and
Thank you.
do you have any preferences of the color of inks?
Shift size to the side. Just like pink. Black with a little bit of pink.
Very well.
Lots of black. Lots of black.
Lots of black, pink rivets.
Mm.
And they begin to work on your tattoo on your arm. One Asgar steps over to Tefra and smiles down at you. The other one steps over to Puff and smiles up at you.
Hello. I was thinking that maybe I could have the heart with the rivets. I really like what it does, but thinking about how it would look after, it kind of reminds me of this old traveling and adventuring companion who had such a big heart, but it was walled up by all kinds of metal plates. Yeah, I'd like to honor him, I think. That'd be great.
Where would you like it and what colors?
I think I would like it to be like a beige tattoo, but like with black outlines and a little spot of pink, and maybe on my shoulder. I think that would look good.
It would look good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And they start getting to work on your tattoo. So you said gold. We can do gold for you. Yeah, that's a great color. Good choice.
This will be my first tattoo. I'm very excited.
Yes, you should be. This is an exciting time. Where would you like it?
Right on my chest.
All right. And what would you like?
I would like to go with the heart because I would like to have a heart of gold. I think that's a great virtue, and I just think it'd be really nice.
Petra, that's so beautiful.
There's an Asgal nearby
Thank
who
you.
says, oh, I'm going to write that as a poem. I'll have it by the time you're back.
Oh, that's
Please
wonderful.
make an extra copy.
And then one little request, if possible, could you do an extra little flourish for me?
Of course.
I would like it on my shoulder, on my right shoulder, and I would like it to say, "Back in the day."
You want a ribbon extending from your chest to the shoulder?
Oh, you can do that?
Sure.
Yeah. Yes, this is the best. Thank you. Thank you so
All
much.
right.
This is wonderful.
How big is it? How big do you want it on your little chest?
The whole thing.
Oh, let's get to it.
This is the worst first tattoo ever.
Full chest tattoo.
With a ribbon that goes over to somewhere.
ribbon that goes over
says
the
back in the day.
And they, it takes virtually no time. They're very quick at it. They
Ow,
are
ow, 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 ow,
wait,
ow, ow,
almost done.
ow,
Just
ow,
take a
ow,
deep breath.
ow.
Yeah.
ow, 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 ow.
And they, in the span of perhaps 1,000 breaths, it's done for all of you. And you have
1
this
mile. Okay.
beautiful new tattoo. And Jack Jazori says, now, once per phase. So the lavender, what did I call it? The Lavender Shadows is a series of hills. That's where it happens. We see it, and the scouts have seen it during the darkening. I don't know if you wish to wait till the darkening or if you would prefer to do investigations now. As I said, there is a cavern, an old land plaque cavern.
No time like
I'll
the
leave it
present.
up to you.
Yeah,
I can
you
see
leave
in
a
the
lot
dark,
up to me.
so. Yeah, well, I mean, you're just one of those type A personalities that just loves being in charge. So why not just let you do what you do best?
As you're our leader. It's perfect. Just like back in the day.
just like back in the day, Tefra. It was like you were there.
There's a little scintillation on your words on your shoulder, Tefra.
That tickles.
Back in the day, showing.
Osha,
Oh.
were you there back in the day? I feel like I know you, but I don't know you, you know? I mean, we
Where?
know each
Where?
other because of the world, but
I've never been to this place called Back in the Day. Where is that?
It's not
it's
a place. it's time.
everywhere.
It's a time.
We're both then and now. I don't know if you can tell by Kaz's demeanor, but we're very much then, but also now.
There's many places and many times. It'll like go like look to the sky and just go silent.
Yeah, I feel that, man.
What?
I'll know eventually where I know you from. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna figure it out.
Hey, well, yeah, let's go now. Right? We're going now.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. And I'll just start walking. I don't know what direction we're supposed to go, but I'm going to go a direction.
Jack is always says, "Excuse me, that way."
I do that.
I
Just
was
turn.
gonna I was gonna ask a quick question because one of my disciplines is lore.
Yes.
Is there anything that I would know potentially about these hills or the peoples living in them, or that might be of use?
Possibly. Why don't you give me a lore roll? A called
Okay.
roll lore.
All right, that is 1d4, correct?
No, a called roll is 2.
2d4. Okay.
Yeah, this is my request, so you get your full 2 dice on this one.
Thank you very kindly. I got 1-4.
All right. So you're wanting to know specifically about the hills?
Yeah,
What
the
about the-
terrain, the hills, maybe the peoples, any tidbits of knowledge that I might be able to grasp that might be useful.
Yeah, I mean, the Lavender Hills are a fairly well-known landmark around here. And they are close enough to this Asgal village that it's sort of considered their purview. And that, they, as far as you know, they haven't done much exploration in there. They have left it alone, being that it seems to be more of a Lamplack historical site, if you will. And the Asgal in particular, the village, the people who live there are going to be more interested in doing their arts and growing their gardens and things like that. So they're just more like on the periphery. So to your knowledge, there's not a lot known about what's in there. The hills themselves are tucked at the base of a fairly dense wooded area. It's a variety of blackwood trees and more common trees. The trees are deciduous, so they're very leafy, and a lot of undergrowth, a bit of bioluminescence, particularly among the fungi, but that's pretty much what you know.
Hefra will enthusiastically relay this information while they're on their journey, talking about the deciduous, and they've got these wonderful deciduous trees and phosphorescent fungi. It's so wonderful. We're gonna have so much fun. This is gonna be a great adventure. Osha, we're gonna have fun, right?
I feel like you just said deciduous like 30 times.
There's a lot of leaves,
Did I counted?
and they kind of blow in the wind, and you can hear their songs, and it's really beautiful. You're gonna love it. I know it. I know you're gonna love it.
That sounds gorgeous.
Can't wait. It's going to be amazing.
So
Kaz
what
just
is
has
your
full airplane ears.
what is your objective
Airplane
then?
mode.
Are you heading to the base of the hills? Are you investigating
Where-
the forest?
What? Where on the cycle are we? How long until it gets dark?
It would be about 8,000 breaths or 4 hours.
Okay. I think. Okay. Here's what I think. And since I'm the leader, you all have to agree because that's how leaders work. So I think we should head that way, and we should start doing some scouting. And I'm really good at scouting. So if you all want to, looks at OSHA with the most shit-eating grin. If you want to stay here and talk to the chatty one, you do that and learn more about the foliage. I'm going to sneak around, see if we can find anything, and we can just stay close. and report anything that we find and figure out what we're going to do at nightfall. That's what I think. And I'm the leader, so that's what we're doing, right?
Am I the chatty one, or am I coming with you?
You don't do this. Why are you here? You gave up the business. Why?
I gave up the business, but I didn't give up experiences.
Thank you, Tina.
My business is the world now.
I'm just really good at sneaking. Let me sneak.
How far away is it?
To the hills?
Yeah. Did you say that already?
No, I didn't. About half a mile or 1,000 breaths.
I really like that unit of measurement. That's really cool. Thanks.
Very cool. What happens when you get nervous and you breathe fast?
That's how you
Get there
time
faster.
travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think what Kaz would encourage, and of course, Kay the player does not have the attitude that Kaz does. But yeah, I think we should go and kind of start scouting the area, get kind of lay of the land, so at least we're not going out there at dark or as it's getting dark, not knowing what's going on. So that would be my.
This purple light, right? That's how it was described. Purple light.
Yeah.
Is that anything I'd be like remotely familiar with during my extraplanar activities?
I will let you make a call roll lore.
Again, 2d4.
2d4, yep. Now the difference is that Tefra would have been able to use primacy. You cannot, because you don't have the discipline.
Okie dokie. What's that? A 3 and a 2.
All right. I'm going to give chat just a moment. Should they want to donate to make an assist roll, this would be a great time to do that, because a 3 and a 2 is not a success. A 3-2 is a standard miss.
And
my life
while
right there.
chat is thinking, I'm not exactly into all of this mojo, but I have been on a lot of jobs. Anything I would have heard of.
Oh my goodness. I will let you make an assist
Yep.
roll if you wish.
Okay. Is that
That's one die.
one die?
One die, you cannot use primacy on it.
We're going to use the gold flecked because
Right.
that feels like Kaz.
And quick thank you to Bip for another manifesting event.
Thank
This
you.
is going to
Bip.
be
We
fine.
have two.
Thank you. That is a 4.
Oh, very nice. Okay, so between you, so OSHA's sort of speaking out loud, like purple light, and you're like, yeah, purple light. What is that? There, lavender and light typically comes in the form of a lightning that comes from a very dangerous storm. That is the only real connection that you make to this kind of thing. Now, that's not to say, OSHA, that you have not seen light in other phases, in other realities. What it would have to do with this dimension is not super clear. You and Kaz talking it out, the best conclusion you can come to is some sort of elemental phenomenon that may have something to do with electricity or storms or something like that. Now, the Asgal did not say anything about it being storm related. So the fact that it's just been this recently recurring phenomenon that they've observed, and it seems to levitate, which, is it a lightning ball, or there haven't been any storms? So it's a bit perplexing. And the issue for OSHA is that because anything that you're just seeing like this in another dimension would probably be a much different phenomenon than what it is here. or perhaps it came from that dimension. What it could be from there is, it could be an entity. It could be a spirit, like Jack Jazori suggested, or it could be something you have not experienced yet.
Well, my left knee isn't telling me that there's a storm coming, so I don't think it's that. It's not Matt. And thank you, Bentley.
And you're going out sneaking, right? Is that correct?
If that's how it plays out, I am setting a direction, and then if anyone else would like to guide it a different direction, I am all for it.
Osha will come up to you and like put his bony hand on your shoulder, and like that like wave of smell will just like hit your face. Be careful while you're sneaking out there. Just like hot breath hitting your face.
I don't want to be rude. Which is astounding coming from the source. Have you considered licking yourself?
Why would I ever do that?
No. No reason.
Thank you, Vamp.
Thank you. I'm gonna go scout, not to get away from you and your smell. I'm just gonna have fun.
Bye.
Oh, okay. Very good. So Vamp, stick around. We will have you make your assist roll in the next opportunity. And as you all then proceed into, well, so here we go. So Kaz, are you saying that you want to use your shadow walk to try and dip into the shadows?
Yeah, I want it. Well, I've got just silence as a skill. And so I want to do like some scouting, some like, what can I see? Even if it doesn't reveal a purple lightning ball, what's the lay of the land? What's safe? Where can we get a vantage point? If there is lightning, where can we take shelter? Whatever I can get from just doing some scouting.
But you want to do it with just a mundane sort of stealthiness?
I mean, whatever.
Do you want to?
Whatever works.
Yeah, I mean, you really have the
cover
option
more
of
ground with
shadow walk.
Yeah, I also, I mean, we're in a forest, so I guess there's enough shadow for me to be able to boop around. So yeah, I'd more than happy to do that. Just trying to get a feel for what's out there, and if something bad is out there, how can we get away from it quickly?
Okay, here's how we'll do this. The rest of you will follow along as Kaz attempts to disappear into the shadows. Kaz, please give me a manifestation roll to try to shadow walk. And since this is out of turn order, you can use 2 dice.
Okay.
Can I assist if I have a good reason?
We have an assist in the chat, so we'll start with that one.
Okay.
If necessary.
Black dice for this.
And answer the question by rule, it's seer's discretion, but sometimes yes, sometimes no, depending on the circumstances with call roll assists.
Well, it's 2 2s.
2 2s. All right. Vamp Wickman, please give us a D4 in the chat.
Please and thank you.
And that's just an exclamation mark D4, Vamp.
Vince.
Got the tension, the suspense. Ooh.
Hey.
Oh, Vamp. Thank you, buddy.
That's
I don't see it.
4.
It's a 4.
That's a
Okay.
4.
So as the rest of you see Kaz just melt into the shadows, Kaz, first of all, what that means is that you can move it's more difficult for anyone to detect you as you move your normal movement. You can maintain it after its base duration by spending an action die, but since you're out of turn, we won't worry about that right now. However, let's see, who was it? Oh, if I'd like, if Phantom's still with us, I would like Phantom to roll 3d4 and somebody give me the total of that roll. A manifesting event. As you begin to melt into the shadows. There's this sudden, like everything goes silent. The energy coalesces, and then there's like a crack and a boom.
Am I officially a fried chicken?
You might be. We're gonna
I
see what
might be a
happens.
roasted chicken here.
What I will have you do, Kaz, is give me a D4 and tell me what you get.
I'm putting both those away. Let's roll the dagger D4. I have these awesome dagger D4s. Let's see. That's
And-
4.
Nice.
We like
Judge,
you. You stay
Jose
out of
just
jail.
donated a fortune's favor for the one of them for kind of a pool, whoever needs it.
Sweet.
You.
Thank
Awesome.
you,
Thank you.
Jose. Appreciate you.
If Phantom's not available, if Bleak is there, we'll let Bleak roll 3d4. And if Bleak's not there, then I will have Kaz roll the 3d4. Not to call anyone out. I know people are busy. I just want to get people involved as much as possible if they're here.
There we go. A 2. Need 2 more. A 4.
Okay. Or is it bad? Is it
Yeah, I'm
bad?
not sure which way that's gonna go.
I'm like excited, but I don't know why.
And a 4. So a total of 10.
And
Ooh,
okay.
I think that's
It's either
good.
going to be really good or really bad.
Be good.
Okay.
Let's find out.
As Kaz begins to fade in, there's this sudden boom, and Kaz, you are blasted back towards your friends as a force of energy knocks you. I need you to make a challenge roll body.
Oh,
A challenge roll is a single D4. You may use the body primacy if you wish.
Okay. That's another 4. I like
Okay.
this dagger.
It knocks you back 8 feet. And you are momentarily slowed
Rude.
and take 2 injuries from this blast as this energy just overwhelms you and slams you back into your friends. And you're like,
Well, let me at him.
that was cool.
Are you okay? That was terrible.
Surely that was intentional, right, Kaz?
I totally meant to do that, and I'm gonna kick those shadows' butts later.
You sure are.
Which way to the library?
Are you injured?
The void heal, would that be useful in this situation? I imagine the word
Yes.
heal.
yes, you could
Is
do a
what's
void
gonna go.
heal. Now,
Yeah.
bear in mind that because it's out of turn order, you may only try once on Kaz until the next encounter. But go ahead and try, or next injury, but go ahead and try.
And how many dice is it different because we're out of turn order?
You can roll 2 since we're out of turn order.
Okay, cool. Watch me get 2-1. It's gonna happen.
I only need 2.
Oh my fucking! It was 2 ones.
Oh,
Okay, here's what's going to happen. We have a second manifesting event on the table.
Oh, it's gonna be a quick stream.
And I think because Bleak is, if Bleak's still around, go ahead and roll 3d4 and tell me what your total is. And I will have, Alex, if you'll roll me a d4, we'll figure out which table it's on.
I'm too scared to know.
I know.
Okay, it was a 4. That's good. I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
Well, I can tell you it's a 50-50. Good or bad.
all right.
I
We
like
got
those
2.
odds.
First roll is a 2. Second roll is a 2.
Oh, come on, Nightbot.
Roll is a 4. 8 total.
8. Okay. As you begin to help Kaz recover from his injuries, you are suddenly super afraid of him. For some reason, this just anchors in your mind that Kaz can be pretty dangerous. And if Kaz knows about Puff, you don't want to have anything to do with what's going on with Kaz at this moment. And for just a moment, now, if we were in turn order, this would be more impactful, but your dice cast would be reduced half as your mind is just scrambled and you are like, nope, I'm not. And Kaz, you see as Osha starts to move towards you, like, I can help you with that. And then there's like the same kind of thing happens. And Osha, your eyes get real wide and you backpedal away from Kaz.
Yeah.
Like,
No, that's fine.
Osha, what's wrong?
It's nothing. Don't worry about it. And I'll kind of like stand behind Puff.
You look like you've seen a ghost. Also, what was that? Was that void you were playing with?
Did the healing work at all, or no?
no. Nope. Because it was a manifesting event, it overrides the attempt.
So I wouldn't have seen anything? Or do I see the beginning of it and it just fails?
There's that weird, it's like 2 times in a row now. Boom, boom. And all of a sudden Osha's like really weirded out.
That looks so familiar. I don't understand. This is making me so crazy. Do you need anything? Are you all right?
I'm fine. And the void it does what it wants sometimes. I'm sure you've just seen it.
Don't I know it?
Yes,
I looked into that baby and wow, it changed my life forever.
For the good, I'm sure.
I mean,
No need to dwell on the
so.
past. We could always just move forward with today. We have a job at hand, everybody.
It's true.
Let's
Oh my
get on
goodness.
with it.
Are you okay, Kaz? I have something. Sniff this jar.
I don't
Don't
want any
ask
of your,
any
no, I
questions.
don't want any.
Try
no,
it.
No, I don't want any of
Please.
your. No.
Listen,
no,
it's
no.
a healing remedy. Trust me. The universe revealed itself to me. This will
I
help
smell
you.
like burnt fur as it is. Just
Go on.
leave me alone. No, I don't. No.
All right. Well, I have these tinctures. Do you want a healing tincture at least?
I have my own, but thank you. Just no.
All right. All right.
I do
All
have
right.
a 4-dose healing tincture.
Kaz, you also have armor, don't you?
I do. I have leather armor
So you can reduce that injury by 1.
by 1. Okay.
Mhm.
And so then if I just take a hit of that healing tincture, I'm back up. Or
Yeah, because you only need 1, right?
correct.
Yep. And then you can also sort of stitch your armor back together, maybe with Osha's help. Yes, Tefra.
A Puff. Could I smell that?
Yes,
Stuff?
you can. I don't know
Oh,
what
good.
kind of effect it'll have on you. Let's try
Oh.
it.
Don't do it. No, no, her.
Isn't it nice? Ooh.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh.
Sparks flying. Amazing. Yeah.
I like it. That's nice.
Right?
Just like back in the day.
Just like back in the day. Actually, back in
Never
the
had
day,
that stuff back.
I was not particularly interested in these healing herbs, but these days I've been enlightened and it's made my life so much better.
The light is the best. He
It
looks over at Osha.
is.
I mean, darkness is cool too.
It is.
I much
There's a
prefer
balance
the
in
darkness.
this world. That's okay. You know, I also have shadow step. Most Kakuts do. We very much enjoy the darkness, which is why I welcome the void, however it happened. Right? Kaz, you were there. You know how I was. I was so uptight before.
Yes.
I'm trying to glare daggers at them. Will you just let me glare daggers at her?
Oh. Yeah. Good idea.
I know, but
As-
your daggers feel like feathers on my skin. It's beautiful.
We don't do that anymore.
Storms away.
All right, you storm off. Do you want to try again to Shadow Walk, or are you gonna just?
I think gonna do it
Explode
more
again.
mundanely after that.
Okay.
Just like still like yeah, again, they are hairless, but they do have a little bit. So there's just the smell of burnt fur on them, and they're just very unhappy.
I do want to call roll body from you then, just for in case anything might notice you.
It's a 4 and a 1.
Okay. You just pad off into the jungle and using the natural foliage to help camouflage you from sight, the rest of you see your companion and off into the forest you go. Very well. As you get on then into the forest a ways, let's return to the story and
If I do see anything particularly interesting or that I think might be more suited to the talents of my companions, I will pop back in, point it out, go wandering.
here's what you see. In the midst of the forest, sat upon a fallen blackwood tree, and with one leg crossed over the other, you spy a lone figure. Long, spindly black fingers hold a small object, perhaps a stone or nut, which they contemplate with utter focus, or possibly in their sleep. Their upper eyes are closed tight, and their lower eyes stare from black voids, a Selku oracle. And you would know, so Selku are another people in the world. They are the lore masters. These are, in the lore, they were sort of the essence of Gaia or the world, and they have the knowledge of history all the way back to first memories. They're very revered for their knowledge. They can also be sort of anomalous, or not anomalous, what's the word I'm looking for? Enigmatic. And, but they're well respected typically for their knowledge.
And do I see any like Kaz is just naturally suspicious. So are there any weapons or anything that's gonna make me like question like I want to approach this person and get information, but should
You
I?
don't see anything beyond like a walking stick.
Okay.
And they're just like holding this thing, and they've got these eyes, right? And the top eyes are closed and the bottom eyes are just like boring a hole in it practically.
All right. So Kaz is gonna slink forward, low to the
Okay.
ground, tail down low, hand on the dagger, but doesn't have it pulled, and just, hey, do you want to
Okay.
fight?
I don't want to fight. Your approach disturbs them, and with a gaunt face, wisps of thin white hair gathered around their mouth, and a weave of spun white silk draping down their head and neck, they turn to gaze at you dreamily. Their top eyes pop open, and the bottom eyes drifting closed. Well, you've got the look of importance about you. What brings you into the deep woods such as this?
I'm very important. Thank you for noticing.
Mhm.
Purple light.
Yes, purple light. Purple light. Recently, yes. Oh, of course, I know of it. Flaunts about just yonder. And they flick a wrist toward the whole of the Lavender Shadow Hills. But do you know what you seek? The land has changed. The things we see from a distance are rarely the true form, that which we find up close. Once upon a time, the people of this world could trust what they saw, what they heard. They knew a plant from a pot mouse and a tree from a tittlepaw. And they wag a twiggy finger. Not anymore. The land is more alive than ever before. Beware the light and the discoveries you make.
Hold on.
And they're gonna put their fingers in their mouth and whistle really, really loud.
You're saying things that other people need to hear, because this is I'm the stabby one, and I think Osha will like this,
Oh.
and maybe Puff.
The rest of you hear Kaz whistle, and you make your way into this little area of quietude where there's this log fallen and this sort of gaunt figure sitting on it. They pull their little walking stick over and drape their hands over it. And their fingers are very long and black, like tree twigs, and they observe it. Explorers, eh? Where was I?
Yes.
Beware the
Yes.
light. Don't trust your eyes.
I
Something
don't trust your
things.
eyes. No, the land is more alive than ever before.
I can
Uh,
feel it.
Oh,
Of course.
oh, good.
Yes. Oh, wow. Your look is so great. Tell me, what do you know about this forest? Are there dangers untold or beautiful things in the foothills?
They produce this stone-size nut. The blackwood tree, rarer in its form, but beautiful in all forms. Do you agree?
Yes. Gorgeous.
Yes. And it will grow to be a very strong, they look down at the fallen log, perhaps grow to be strong and tall. Unlike the parent tree anyway, and then they throw it over their shoulder. This forest is not unlike any forest in this southern region, but your companion was asking about the light. The lavender light? That I can't speak to myself. I have no idea what it is. But should you find out, and if you return, you should be sure to let me know.
You need it for your history keeping, of course.
Yes, you know these things. Very good, very good.
I get a sense of your spirituality, of the world around you, and your embrace of new things. Kaz, isn't it beautiful?
Yes, it's beautiful.
I know Tefra loves learning new things.
This is amazing. I'm having such a good time right now.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Leans over to Osha. I really thought we'd get more information than that. That's why I called you all here.
Real quick. I think before you sent me that Selku and the Iksha have, there's like some sort of like bond there, right? Or like respect that the Iksha has
Because
for
of
the Selku.
the knowledge and information
Yeah.
aspect, a lot of times there's a point of connection there.
Okay. And then when you say that to Osha, Osha's like, they have all the knowledge that we could ever need. And then I'll turn to the Selku and be like, whatever you need us to do, we're here for it.
Oh. I so admire what your people bring to this font of knowledge that we have, though I find it frustratingly abstract so many times. The value in knowing about this fine world that we occupy is of supreme importance and is rudimentary to my origins, of course. However, the discussions that we have are fascinating.
Yes.
Sometimes more informative for you than for us, but nonetheless.
We greatly appreciate your knowledge, and any knowledge that you could give us about this light surely will be helpful and go a long way in our quests.
Fair request. I haven't given it so much thought, but the light does not seem to be of the old ways. It's something newer in the garden, and by newer I mean in the time since the emergence, when so many things changed, and when your kind and mine and the fine folk around us, all of us, first came to awareness. So it must be some phenomenon unique to the garden as manifested by the energy since the emergence. Now, whether it is creature or element or spirit, I can't say. I'm here actually observing the chestnuts falling off these old blackwood trees. Yes. Small one.
Is it possible that it's creature and element and all of it? Like manifesting in like a beautiful lavender glow.
Well, yes, I suppose that is absolutely possible given other things that we know about in this world, correct? And of course, I imagine that you and yours, I understand that there's a creature from the volcanic caverns of certain parts of the world that is like that. It has an elemental creature aspect to it as well. This one, a little bit that it's just very recent, so I really know nothing about it. But I like where your inquiry is going. And
Now, if it's stabbable.
Well, I don't know. If it's element, I would recommend it, particularly with metal implements.
I already smell like burnt hair.
Dangerous.
Is that what that is? Dangerous? Unknown. It may be a passing phenomenon. It may not appear again. So many things in the garden are transitory, at least in my experience.
Some things are too beautiful to last forever.
Well put. And too true.
Do you think we could, it would be responsive maybe to the more kind of spiritual and emotional elements of whatever it is that we can do? I know that, stabbing doesn't solve everything.
Yes, it does.
That's part of the old days that I'm glad to leave behind.
A moment. And they close their top eyes and they open their bottom eyes. And they open up the top eyes and close the bottom eyes. I have no idea. However, I should think that that question also is an excellent inquiry and worth investigating further. Should it be a spirit, it would undoubtedly respond to some sort of spiritual communique. So I do wish you all the best of luck, and I should like to find out very much. Perhaps even reward you in some small way.
Can I look around the clearing for any more of these nuts? These seeds?
Go ahead. Go ahead and give me a call roll body to see if you see any.
That's 2, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's a 4 and a 2.
All right. Yeah. There are a number of them. Now that you've seen one, they kind of stand out a little bit.
Okay. So Kaz is going to grab up a couple and be like, I want to make a deal with you. Okay. Deal. Okay.
Okay.
Holds up I'll give you all of these. You don't have to go looking for them. You can just sit here and contemplate their nuttiness. If anyone from that settlement comes and asks you about this thing, you tell them it's really dangerous, yeah? It's really dangerous. Anyone who goes near it might be killed and should be rewarded very well monetarily.
Oh, a game.
Yes.
I'd love
That's
to.
what this is.
I'd love
Thank
to.
you.
Thank you. Yes.
Looks very pleased with himself.
Well, I have quite enjoyed this game and this conversation. I should like to have more discussion about it.
Well, I mean, if you want, you could just join us. I don't want to presume that we're looking for more explorers, but it's possible, guys.
I have no problem with that. It would be lovely to have you tell stories as we go on our adventuring into the woods and the forest beyond. Have that wonderful wisdom to pull from whenever we see something interesting.
Do need to figure out what's going on before dark, and we don't want the stories or the contemplation to slow us down too much.
Or the dancing.
Dancing.
I'm very intrigued and tempted as well. However, I'm not an explorer myself. I have duties at my village. Would be responsible of me to shirk them for adventure. I do appreciate the offer, however. I tell you what, I'll come back to this area after in the next phase after this darkening, and if you return, you can tell me all about it. And if we miss each other, find the Oracle Grove. About 2,000 breaths from here, westerly.
Deal.
And what's your name?
Oh yeah, yes. You can call me Valperomi.
That's beautiful.
Romy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Valperomi. If I may ask one more question.
Oh, I love questions and answers.
This lavender light, where was it last seen? Where did you last see it?
I've only seen it once, and it was in the last darkening, and it was perhaps a quarter mile, what would that be? 500 breaths? Just northeasterly into the hills there. I suspect it may have some reason, some attachment to the foot of the hills of some sort.
Thank you for all the knowledge you have given us. And I'll do whatever gesture of respect exists in this world. And then I'll also I apologize for the smell, the burnt cat smell. That's Kaz. I'm sorry. That terrible smells Kaz. And then I'll walk away.
Oh. No judgment. Good luck and best wishes to you.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom with us. I can't wait until next we meet.
And me as well. Very much looking forward to it. Adieu.
That was quite nice.
Right? Such a breath of fresh air. Wow.
Yeah. I feel like we learned a lot and we
Definitely.
bonded, and I'm just really
All right,
happy
at least
right
we have
now.
a direction.
500 breaths really isn't that far. But if you need a break, just let me know. I'll pop you right on my shoulder. I know the two of you have shorter legs. I won't even bother asking Kaz. I know that he's sensitive about it.
No, I'm not.
Do you want to lift?
Nope.
All right.
And as you pick up the trail again, heading towards the foot of the foothills, let's take a break and
Hey.
recompose ourselves. I'm glad to have everyone here. We will continue this adventure shortly, but appreciate all the donations so far. Thanks everyone for getting involved in the game. Real quickly, let's hear from the players real quick. Going back in the same order, Candace, tell us a little bit more about you and where you're at and what you're doing.
You can find me at the Candace Marie, CandaceMarie, over on Twitter and Blue Sky, at Candace the Magnificent, pretty much everywhere else. Over on YouTube, I have ice cream videos that I'm going to be, reviews that I'm going to be kind of diving back into soon. You can see me every other Saturday on Matihi's channel here on Twitch, doing What We Do in the Shallows, which is a 5e gay pirate game. Every Friday at 2:30, 3 o'clock Eastern, you can see me on Fable Scraps doing Islis, which is a new grimdark kind of biopunk game. And then you can also see me Monday nights on that same channel, Fable Scraps, doing the Enigma Society, which is like a Scooby-Doo game.
Awesome. Very busy.
Yeah.
Love it.
I have a thing on Wednesdays too. If you like witches and D&D, come see me in Crossroads.
Thank you very much, Candace. Alex.
Yeah, I'm Alex, and you can find me. Alex is my name, the most creative social media handle in existence. I'm also the one of the community leaders at the Initiative Order. So if you'd like to check us out as well, that would be greatly appreciated. And also, I'd just like to thank you all, as well as you, Dave, for having me here. I'm having a blast. This is amazing.
Thanks for being here.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex. Okay.
Hey, well, you can find me most places on the internet at KDamnFear, which is right there. I'm also Chaotic Wholesome or Chaotic Wholesome Presents most places. That is our TTRPG channel. Every Tuesday, we do the Table Talk Show where we talk all things TTRPGs, from indies to intersectionality. We've had awesome guests like Candace and Ty on to talk about their work. Goodness. Okay, let me speed run this. Sundays this month, I am in a Girl by Moonlight channel over at Taverna on YouTube. Wednesdays, you can find me at Goblin Cave TV playing Curse the Broken Chain, which is an Extinction Curse Pathfinder 2e campaign. I play a My Little Pony tiefling. It is ridiculous. You can find me on the Initiative Order, but our game is on break. But if you like horror, check out Chalice. Every other Wednesday, Emergency Power Podcast, where we play Starfinder, homebrew. Right now, we've got power packs, but I play just one of the worst sentients in existence. Absolutely wonderfully terrible there. Very fun. And I'm missing something, and I am annoyed at myself, but I stream every Thursday over on my channel as well. I do lots of stuff. There's more. I just can't talk about all yet. So follow me on the twits. It's the easiest. Thank you. You're all awesome.
Thank you, Kay. Dave, we know you. What do you want? If you want to say a little something there as well.
I
Please.
like to say stuff. No, you guys, thank you so much. I'm having a blast. This is a very distinct, different character than what I played earlier in our Walking Dead game. So I'm getting some of that positive energy back. We have giveaways. So that's the thing I want to mention is that when we come back from break, we are going to do 2 giveaways. So if people want to get in, we're going to be giving away a PDF of Nuovarden core rule set. And we're going to be giving away a Hero Forge printed acrylic standee. These things are pretty sweet. So if you want to get in on that, it's a $5 ticket to get in. You can see the donation menu on the screen right now. We will be back in just a couple of minutes to do that and jump back into the game. So thank you very much. Thanks, Ty. This is awesome.
My pleasure. And I am your GM Seer, DungeonMisterTy. I will tell you a bit more about Nuovarden and Adventure Slang at the end of the show. For now, let's take our break, and we will see you when we return. Be back soon. Welcome
Hello,
back.
everyone. We're back. That's us. Thanks, Andy. Hello. We are going to give some stuff away. Okay, so we've got a bunch of folks here who have made some awesome donations. Thank you so much. This fundraiser for Gaming for Love is so darn important, and we're glad that you're involved. So here we go. We've got some stuff to give away. We're going to give away a PDF of the Nuovarden core rulebook and a Hero Forge acrylic standee. And this is one of those things where in Hero Forge, you can create your own custom item, and then they'll print it and send it to you. Shipping's included. It's pretty cool. All right, so what I need is, let's see. I need someone to type, let's see, K, in the chat, if you wouldn't mind, type !roll and then space D24.
16.
16. Okay, awesome. Baptized in pus, which is a fantastic handle, by the way, just once. So way to go, Bip. Yep, Bip is gone, but I will reach out to Bip. Let's see, Alex, would you be so kind as to do the same thing? It's !roll space D24.
I would love to.
A 10. T-Cat. T-Cat is our second winner. T-Cat, if you are in the chat, let me know if you would like to go with the Nuovarden PDF or the acrylic Hero Forge standee, and I will get in touch with both you and Bip after the show. Ty, back to you.
Nice. Congratulations to our winners, and thanks so much for your donation and support. Let us go back into the adventure and see what's going on in the hills at the edge of this forest. So, Kaz, as you lead the group toward the foothill, the foot of the foothills, it's not hard to spy the cavern that has been referenced as you approach the edge now of this forest. And actually, I think I've got a little bit more information there for you. As foretold, you find your way to a cavern opening from which an ancient landing of packed dirt extends in a small clearing. You suspect small relics of Lamplack history may lie about in the underbrush and perhaps buried by time just below the surface. The dark cave yawns before you like the stony maw of a similarly ancient creature. And for those who don't know, the Lamplack were the only people in Nuovarden before the emergence. The Starnum came from another dimension drawn by the sky crystal, which they were fascinated by. And the Starnum brought all this manifestation energy with them. That's how they survived in the multidimensional hop that they were privy to. When the land then siphoned the manifestation energy away from them and into the land and redistributed it in the Great Emergence, which then brought about all of these other people. When the sky crystal cracked and after the first darkening, the Lamplack found themselves with many new neighbors, and it changed their lives as well. So there are a lot of ruins from the time before the emergence, and this appears to be some reference to those artifacts. However, you stand outside this cavern entrance. What do you wish to do?
I think like as we're approaching, Kaz is walking by Tefra and like,
Okay, so was it a cave thing or was it a mountain thing? Like what was the in the old days thing that we did together?
It was the caves.
There's a cave. We got it.
We've done this before.
Okay, so that's where I knew it was. Okay. Everyone be cautious. The fella back in the woods wasn't dangerous, but we don't know what's in here. Always on guard.
A glance inside the entrance reveals a natural passageway wide enough for a large humanoid to pass through. Not far inside, you note that the natural features give way to a crafted tunnel that stretches to a ceiling perhaps 20 feet high with a uniform width of some 24 feet. Beyond that, the cave gets dark, and you will need light to be able to see.
All of us?
I don't want to do the typical TTRPG thing.
Say it.
However,
Am I able to manifest light as
Lane?
as Lena? Right.
Or a
So
light, yeah. Okay.
a little mote of light appears in Tefra's hand. It is it has like kind of a purpley flickering
Purple light.
ends. Huh?
Purple light.
Uh-huh.
Was it you? Were you here?
Yeah.
Are you the one?
Mm-hmm. Now
Why
it's
didn't
all
you-
purple. Uh-huh.
You're the one we've been looking for this whole time.
Think you should change the color, Deborah.
Any requests? Osha?
Maybe just not purple.
How about green?
That'll work.
Oh, that's so beautiful. It's so fresh and vibrant. I love it.
That's cool, I guess.
You. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to start walking forward with the light in my hand.
All right. Okay, you lead into the first cavern. Your light covers about 32 feet, you can see. And in the light and at its dim edges, the first cavern is largely barren, though a ruined and deteriorating wagon lies in a crumpled heap against one wall. The vehicle is missing at least one wheel, and the wood is dry, splintered, and gray from decades of neglect. The boards are broken, and the axles have collapsed. And there is a passageway also that extends through an exit to the right.
Any treasure in that wagon?
You want to check it out?
Yeah.
Give me a call, roll lore.
That's a 2 and a 2. My eyes are bigger than my paws.
It looks like it's a bunch of ruined gear, and the wagon itself is pretty broken down. Anyone else want to check it out?
It's like
I'll check it out.
a bunch of
Okay.
trash.
Call, roll lore.
Kaz like, oh, there. And it doesn't look like anything.
2 and a 1.
We do all have a fortune's favor, just throwing that out there as well.
Yeah, just a bunch of detritus. Clearly, this wagon was pre-emergence.
Oh, wow. This is like an artifact. Let me take a look.
Go ahead.
A 4 and a 1.
Okay. Yeah, you dig through the ruined wagon. You find broken tool remnants, but you also find a bronze axe head and 4 bronze arrow tips affixed to whatever remains of the arrow shafts.
Look at this. This looks important.
Have to ask. Tefra is excited about finding this, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Does his hair catch the very dry wood on fire?
Oh, boy. This is great stuff.
That's
Kind of
interesting.
stands up.
Well, I
Look
guess
at-
we won't need the...
It does, in fact, catch a bit of the wood on fire as
Uh-oh.
Tefra flares up and part of the old, stale, dry wagon wood begins to smolder.
Just like old days.
I don't remember this ever happening before.
Well, we can
You
see
don't-
now.
You don't remember the bouncing flames of our torches as we walked throughout the world together?
Didn't have our torches on our heads.
Ugh.
You should
You're
try
so
sometime. It's
literal,
great.
Kaz. Ah, nutty.
I will let someone break off part of that if they want to use it as an impromptu torch.
Because I'm tall, I'll do it.
Okay.
So that
Right.
way it's like a bigger area so people can see.
Okay, great. Yeah. So between the two of you, the light sources doubles the environment. You can see now pretty clearly in the dimensions of this cavern in particular.
I'm going to be trying to hang at the very edge of it in case anything bad comes out. I want to be able to shadow step quickly.
Kind of smoky in here.
Like
We should keep
that
going.
Fred, do you mind if I take a look at what you found?
You can have it. It's yours.
Well, I just want to take a look at it and then I'll grab it. And took technology. Did I repair the item?
You can. Which item do you want to repair?
The axe, if possible. I don't know if I can like use a piece of the.
The wagon?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and make a call roll tick.
3 and a 4.
There you go. All right. You cobble together a makeshift. Now you could make that a high success and make it a little better weapon.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So go ahead and spend 1 primacy.
Okie dokie.
And you craft an axe that is fully functional, both as a weapon and a tool, from this old bronze head and a hunk of wood. And it looks much better than the materials that you used to bring it together.
Puff, I think you could do more work with this than me. It's quite heavy. I'll hand it to Puff.
Mhm.
This is for me?
It is for you to
I'm
use.
so touched. It's beautiful. I don't know what I
Weapons,
would
too.
cut with it because like I'm really more of a, earthbound, landbound person, but we'll see. Anything to defend my friends.
Thank you. Just any earthbound or landbound thing that wants to hurt us, please hurt it with it.
I will. I am quite mighty. I don't know if you know that by my, attitude and general countenance, but I am quite strong.
Very tall indeed. And I'm super short, so just like looking up at you.
Yes, my inner strength matches my outer strength.
I could tell.
Very well. Kaz, are you leading on?
Onward,
Okay.
ears up, eyes reflecting what lights here.
Don't worry, Cass. I'll protect you. You lead on. I'll keep my night eyes out for any intruders or impending doom.
They're really a natural leader, aren't they, Kaz?
They are.
Yeah,
It's like the old days, Tefra.
it is. And I really appreciate what you said, Puff, about us being friends, because friendship is everything. I'm really excited. I've been looking for some friends, and this is, you see this little flame, like fiery tear. This is really special to me.
This is so special to me.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is just, it's an epiphany to have such wonderful friends and to be back in the space with such a wonderful old friend. I don't know if friend is the right word for who Kaz is to me, but yeah, it's good.
It seems like the two of you have a special relationship, and we're like not too far behind Kaz, probably. A really special
Right?
relationship.
You can feel it, right? Like we have this never-ending bond. Like I said, the past is the future, is the present is the past, especially when it comes to Kaz. Whether he understands that or not is another thing, but we'll see. We'll see.
Kaz is now
Yes.
actively looking for something to punch.
And the whole distraction, the discussion going on stuff, as you venture into the next cavern, you come upon several skittering creatures about 2 feet tall and 4 feet long, or 2 shins by 4 shins. Disruptor grubs. Each has an almond-shaped body, chitinous body, and 8 appendages, 2 of which extend back and up off of its back. Compound eyes glisten at odd points on each body. As the creatures react to your appearance in the cave, you catch a glimpse of another creature at the back end of the cavern, some 16 shins long. The soft, bloated, slug-like body seems to undulate from inside. A breathless flitter of undersized wings fan the air as the engorged body lifts into the air. The creature's head is similar to the smaller beasts surrounding it, and it has the same appendages, though the legs look grossly under-equipped to drag such a large form. On the ground near where the creature lay, smaller forms glisten inside a mucus covering, unmoving, their legs folded in on the body as though not ready to defend themselves. Each is about 1 shin long. And let us roll for combat order.
They're so
no.
cute.
Just want to kiss them.
You know,
Yeah.
I try to
Look at
find
you.
beauty in everything, but this is challenging.
So here's how combat order works. You're all going to roll a d4, and that is going to tell your order from 1 to 4, 1 being first, 4 being last. So in this case, 4 is not the ideal number. And then you're going to roll it against my monster. So we got as with the 3.
The Kakeets are in sync. Just
Everyone
like
was
old
a 3
times.
except me.
Oh, really?
Just like
What'd
old
you-
times.
what'd
Timfra's
you get,
in it
Osha?
too.
Yeah,
Timfra's in it too. Just like old times.
just like old times.
What did Osha get?
A 4.
Oh, no.
The not ideal number, of course.
Okay, well, good news is I rolled a 4. And a 4. Good grief.
Oh, wow.
So what that means is that Puff, Kaz, and Tefra all get to go first, then I go, and then Osha goes. So who wants to go first out of the 3 of you?
How far away is the big one?
The big one is about 24 feet. So you have a movement of 32. And it has lifted into the air. How it flies, you have no idea. These wings are just like...
I mean, is it like just hovering off the ground, or is it like up the, like make a jump and then attack up there?
It is. It's so large that it's within reach of fighting. Its body just kind of hangs down as it drags itself up into the air.
Wonderfully
Not
disgusting.
super fast. So who's first?
I mean, I'm
wanna
happy
go
to
first,
go.
Kaz?
Kaz? Yeah, Kaz, go
I'm
for
happy
it.
to go.
Mhm.
And second, Teffer
Hey,
or
Vancouver.
Puff.
Puff, please.
Okay. So Teffer, you're third, then the creatures, then Osha. So Kaz, what would you like to do? So you have these insectoids that are fluttering, and they got these weird backwards appendages on their backs, and you got this behemoth thing that's lifted up into the air, and it's like slogging through the air.
Well, obviously Kaz wants to go for the big bad right away. Can I get there without taking like attacks of opportunity or what? Am I
Yeah.
able to like?
Yeah, the reprisal is what we call that. Happens once you're engaged.
Okay.
But as long as the passageway is not blocked and this is open enough that you can go ahead and skirt around.
Great. Yeah, I think Kaz is like they do the their back arches and they're like, I'm going to the big one. Someone pop those babies before they come out. And is going to charge right in and try to stab the big gross thing because it's
Okay.
freaking gross.
Run up on now. Here's how it works. How many dice do you have?
3.
3 dice. You may make one action roll with 1 die or one action roll with 2 dice. You may then make a second action if you wish with the remaining 1 or 2 dice. You may only make 2 action rolls.
Right.
They do not have to be 2 die rolls. You can go 1 and 1 and save a die as well, or take 1 action and save a die if you wish. Or you may delay your action.
And so I'm clear. If I save a dice, I can use that for a reprisal or to assist a teammate, correct?
Reprisal's automatic, but what you can do,
Okay.
you can save it as a delayed action if you haven't used both of your actions on your turn.
Okay. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to charge in and first try to stab the big gross thing first with
Okay.
just one. I don't betray me. I'm trusting you.
So here's the question. You're using a straight melee, right?
Yes.
So that's a body attack, which you are allowed to use primacy on. So go ahead,
Yes.
go for it.
Okay. That's a 1. So we're just going to tick off a primacy. And
Okay.
we're going to try that again.
Okay, now let me hold you up real quick so that everyone understands. That was a miss. However, everyone's dice recovers at the start of your turn. If anyone wants to assist, you could assist on that roll. Kaz, you also have the option of re-rolling by spending 2 dice for spinning your fortune's favor, but that has to be determined before anybody assists. So do you want to do anything or do you just want to bump it and then go from there?
So can I use a primacy to re-roll if no one, because I do have body. I am.
You can
trained.
re-roll if you spend 2 primacy,
spend
or
2
you can just bump it to a 1 for bump it to a 2 for 1 primacy.
Okay. Well, unless someone assists, I will use the 2 primacy. But
You do have a fortune's favor, which will let you re-roll it.
yeah, but I want to
Instead of
save
spinning.
that for something that I
Gotcha.
can't use primacy on.
I can help.
Okay. So first of all, you spend the primacy and bump it. No, wait. You're going to re-roll. So go ahead and re-roll first, and
Okay.
that way, Puff, you can see if it's worth spending your die or not.
Okay. That's a 2.
Okay, so that's just a straight miss. Puff, you may now assist if you wish. Single die.
I got a 2.
Okay, what that does though is allows you recovery. So you have recovery options at the bottom of your character sheet. Kaz, you may choose one of those options, which are recover a primacy point that you've spent, recover an injury that you've lost. You may increase your armor factor by 1, or you may invoke a status effect if it's apropos of the situation.
I might, since I'm up against the big gross big one, I might just up my armor factor. That
Okay.
just might be what we do here.
Excellent. Okay. And that's so that was one action. Do you want to do something else?
I'm gonna hold just in case anyone else needs a thing.
So you're gonna
Because
hold
while
both
I am
dice?
very selfish, I also want to keep my team alive.
All right. So you're carrying 2 dice, right?
Yes, I've got 2
Okay.
remaining.
All right. So again, to clarify for everyone, you may use 1 die as a 1 die action as a delayed action if you wish, or you may use them as assist rolls as needed, as appropriate. Perfect. Okay, then that takes us to Puff.
Puff is going to use their shiny new axe. Now, I know that for combat, I have up to 2 action rolls. So am I allowed to manifest and attack?
Yes, you can use your action rolls for whatever you wish. Your maximum die is 2, but you can do single die rolls as well. Either way, but you're not limited on if you're going to manifest or do mundane actions. It's up to you.
Okay, I think that I'm right up next to
One of the
this
bugs.
creature, I imagine, because I just assisted.
You don't have to be next to your ally
Okay.
to assist.
Oh, awesome.
What happened was Kaz ran through and went and attacked the big one towards the back.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there's this little army of smaller bugs that are facing off against the rest of you.
Okay. So then I think what I'll do is I want to try and stun that big guy so that Kaz doesn't get retaliated against.
Okay. So do kind of
So
a
I would roll
mint-
2 of my die for that.
If you wish, you can roll 1
Yeah.
or 2. And I do get
gonna roll 2.
I do get a challenge roll on that.
Okay. A 4 and a 1.
Okay.
Can I spend 3 primacy to make it 2 4s?
No, it doesn't work
Okay.
like that. You can only spend 1 primacy to change one number, one direction
Or 2
You-
for a reroll?
for a reroll. Yeah.
I'm going to spend 2 primacy and reroll this bad boy.
Okay.
That's a 4!
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yes!
All right. Now I do get a challenge roll real quick. So
Okay.
let's see if this bug is able to resist your stun. Almost, but it does not. So boom, you rock it. Now, because it's a high success, you did need to reroll, so it wasn't natural. You can also, let's say it's also afflicted,
Mm-hmm.
which means its dice cache is cut in half until the end of your next turn.
Ooh.
And Kaz, what happened? You see this thing shudder, and it drops onto the ground as it loses its ability to fly, and it seems to be just twitching there on the ground. Now, the reason, because it's stunned, if it takes any injuries, it will come out of the stun early. However, the moment
I think Kaz kind of looks over his shoulder and there's like this wild gleam in his eyes and he's like, just like old times.
There's a little wink from Puff. I think when I do my manifestation, I think it's like a little kiss, like I blow a little kiss at the creature. So I'm still in that pose when you turn around and then I give you a little wink.
I absolutely love that. That's amazing.
Hand over the tattoo, which is covered by sleeves, but
So that's one action roll. Puff, do you want to do something? What else do you want to do?
Yeah, I'll use 1 roll for a mundane attack at those little creatures, one of the little guys. if
Okay,
that's
so
okay.
you just take your axe and try to whack at one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A 4!
A 4,
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
All right.
I'm never throwing this beautiful green die away. It's my friend now.
So you blow the kiss of doom to the great hulking thing that drops to the ground, and then you look over at this bug that's like, and you go, crack. Roll 1d4 damage, please.
2.
Okay. As you hit the carapace, it seems to rebuff your blade a little bit, and then it sinks through, and there's a clear crack now in its body armor, but it did seem to resist a little bit of that damage.
I look at Osha and I hold up the axe. Thank you, my friend. So wonderful. Such a beautiful gift.
Osha will very awkwardly try to match the pose and wink, but it just looks like just gross.
Listen, Puff is still charmed. Puff gives you a big like smile, like, yeah, you can see all their teeth. In
flash of jealousy.
And Puff, do remember that stun, if nothing else happens, lasts until the end of your next turn. So help me track that, please.
Awesome, yes.
And Tefra, oh wait, so you have no held dice, and Kaz has 2 held dice, and Tefra, you are up.
Now, did you say that there were little babies?
It looked like there are babies in addition to these other more like dog size or, dog sized like beetles
Okay.
that are in there as well. So there's like a range of generations, if you will. There's like the matured beetle type creatures. There's the larva type that are just like in a pile where the big hulking thing was. And then the hulking thing has crashed onto the ground about halfway in between.
Okay. I'm gonna race forward with flames fully, flickering. I'm gonna slide in real cool like if I can. And then I'm going for the babies. And when I get there, I'm going to manifest basically like a stone. I'm going to manipulate the stone to manifest like a little nursery, like just a little barrier around the larvae so that they're protected.
Okay.
So I want to do that first and see how that goes.
Maybe a little warm earth.
Exactly. Keep them
Okay,
nice and
so
warm and protected.
At your evolution, you can affect an area, a standard area, if you're successful, of 12 by 12, up to a maximum of 24 by 24, depending on your success roll. So let's see how that goes. How many dice are you going to do?
I'm going to use 2 dice.
Okay.
I'm really, Tefra is very concerned about these little babies.
Okay.
No. I rolled a 2 and a 1. I'm going to use my fortune. Or no, I can use a primacy, correct?
Yeah, you can use a primacy. You can use a primacy to change the 1 to a 2 for recovery.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can use your fortunes to re-roll the 1.
Or I could use multiple primacy to re-roll, couldn't I?
Yes, you could use 4 primacy to re-roll.
Yeah,
both.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to use 4 primacy. This is really important.
And don't forget,
I keep
you also
forgetting that you all have so much more primacy than me. So I'm like, why are you? Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Don't forget, you
very
have
important role.
At 4th evolution, you all have primacy recovery as well. So don't forget that.
Oh yeah, gets better.
Kind of spend it like crazy.
Can I do anything else?
What'd you get?
That was a failure.
What is
I got a 2 and a 1.
You cannot. Again. You cannot because you already used primacy to roll.
I did.
So you cannot apply primacy now. If anyone wishes to assist, now would be the time to do that, and then I will resolve the outcome of that.
It's 1 die.
If you have it, if you have one, you didn't spend both or all of them.
I haven't done anything yet, so
Yeah.
Oh,
And you'll
right.
get yours back
perfect.
before the next turn. So
That's right. Yeah.
yeah, I'll spend 1.
Okay. Throw one in there. Just a single.
Has
We've
once
gotta
those
save
babies
the little
killed,
ones.
so doesn't want to help.
Do I roll it or
Yes, you roll.
Okay.
It's your die.
a 3?
Okay, so we got a 1, 2, 3. None of that helps. What does happen is one of those beetles twitches its legs.
Oh.
And your 1, Tefra, becomes a 0. The only thing that can happen to make a 0 is on the seer side of the table. And you, as you try to manifest this, there's this twinge in the air and this lurch to your form, and you strain as you try to manifest this as these bugs do something weird to you, and you take 4 injuries.
Oh God, that hurts.
I told you to kill him.
Oh, they're so cute.
No, they're not.
Oh.
Look what they turn into. Points to the big gross thing.
Oh no, Tefra, you have 1 die left, I think. And
Yeah,
1
I
action
do.
roll if you wish. Do you want to do
Yep.
something, or you want to hold it?
I am going to look. I'm going to try to look angrily as best I can at the little beetle thing that's twitching and making me hurt. That hurts. And I'm going to. Can I do another manifestation?
Yeah.
In the same. I'm gonna shoot a mote of fire at the thing. That's
Okay.
rude.
You fling a mote of fire at it. Go ahead and roll. Uh-oh. Is that a 1?
That was a 1.
Now you can still be assisted if someone wishes to assist. And but first of all, you're going to bump it, or do you want to wait? You can't wait. You have to decide if you're what you're.
I have
gonna
to
do with it.
decide, but I do have I have a fortune's favor. I could re-roll it.
That's true too.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do
Okay.
that.
Spend
Yeah.
that fortune's favor.
That's not. That's a 2.
Okay,
I
so
will
that's
assist.
go ahead.
Thank you.
That's a 2.
Okay, well, that's a recovery.
You can get some health back at least.
I'm also going to use a new addition to the rules. Oops, I'm looking at the wrong page. I'm going to use the fail forward table. So what I would like you to do, Tefra, is roll a 3d4 and tell me the total.
Okay. For my recovery, I'm gonna take a health point back.
Okay.
Yep. All right. 3d4 total. Oh, sure. Now I roll a 4. 9.
Okay. So you succeed nonetheless in casting that firebolt over at the creature, which hits it. Roll 1d4 for damage, please.
2.
1, 2. All right. As the bolt blasts into it, it turns its full attention on you and looks like you're the next target. So what happened on your fail forward is you succeeded, but there's a secondary challenge that immediately appears. I'm going to give it a move and attack on you as it attempts to bite you.
Just trying to backpedal as best he can.
Chases you down and I'm going to use a primacy and it's going to hit you for a high success.
Not cute. See, not cute. Not cute. Not cute.
Okay, well, I rolled pathetically low, but on the high success, you take 3 injuries as it bites you. And, when it bites you, there's this sizzling acidic effect as well.
Ow. This is not like old days.
Do you have armor?
No.
Okay. Dun, dun, dun. You take 1 additional injury from the acid that exudes from these mandibles.
Good.
It hurts.
And that's your turn, right? Use all your dice?
I used everything.
Okay. Now it's my turn. Okay. The first thing that's going to happen is my gigantic worm thing that is lying on the ground near Kaz is going to attempt to recover from that effect. It does not. So nothing changes in its status so far. It is, now we got 1 bug. Okay, we'll go back to Tefra on the 1 bug since we know that that's a thing. That's 1, it does hit for 1 injury. Tefra, 1 injury and 1 acid as it bites into you again. That's 2 injuries. Now,
I
don't
have a
forget-
question.
Yes.
What happens when all of your injuries have been taken?
When you're at 0?
Yeah.
You start rolling d4s to see if you keep dying or if you stabilize or if you recover.
Tefra is dramatically going to cry out, no, and then just fall to the ground.
Okay.
Oh,
Tefra
no.
is on the ground. Gotcha. So what will happen then is you will be rolling those dying rolls when it's your turn.
Okay.
If nothing changes. Okay.
Alrighty.
The next one is going to attack Osha.
Oh no. How could you?
Scooter's up to you, and that's 1 hit. Oh,
Why can't we hit as well as these bugs? Everyone but Puff. Puff, you're fine. But the rest of us.
so these creatures have 2 dice. I'm using both dice as 1 action. Now monsters can use their dice however they want. They can use, like, if they've got 6 dice, they could do 6 1-die rolls, or they could do 3 2-die rolls. I've only got 2 dice. I rolled a 4-1, so that's a hit, and then I rolled a 4 on damage, so that is 5 damage to Osha. Do you have armor?
No, but I do have an eyeball tattoo.
Oh,
Do I get to choose like exactly who it attacks instead?
the eyeball is the dismissed, right?
Yeah.
No, you don't get to choose who it attacks. What
It
happens
does
is
attack a different target.
if you invoke that, it has to make a challenge roll, mind, and if it fails, it has to choose a different target.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have to do it. I don't have a lot of IS.
Okay.
I'm the
Let me
tank.
roll.
Come on.
It does not succeed, so it turns its attention away from you. And it looks to, I've got 2 targets. So 1, 2 is going to be Kaz, 3, 4 is going to be Puuf. It's a 3, Puuf. The creature skitters toward you instead.
Why won't anyone fight me?
I hit a 4.
You're terrifying.
Jeez, I got the 4s going.
4
Puuf,
damage?
do you have armor?
No.
You take 5 total as the acid also burns into your form from this bite.
Oof.
So that is
That's not chill.
It's not
Well, that's only 2 of them. There's one more. Kaz, it attacks you as it sees you nearby the mama. So yeah, that's a hit. And Kaz, you have armor.
I do.
So that is a total of 4, including the acid. However, it blocks 1. The problem with the acid is your armor now cannot be repaired.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
I paid good money for this armor.
You
I
did.
hate these bugs.
Thank you, Andy G3D. Fortune's favor for each of us.
Oh, thank you.
much.
Ooh,
We
nicely
need it.
We
timed.
clearly need it. Yeah.
Yeah, the producer's like, we still have time to play. We got to keep these them alive.
Yeah.
Thank you, Andy.
Actually, you know what? Well, is it too late to ask a thing? Because I didn't know about the armor, the acid thing.
Yeah.
And you can absolutely tell me, no, you're Sinead. Can I invoke my tattoo so he can't destroy my armor?
Yeah, we'll let you do that in this instance. I mean,
I
it's
was
a
gonna
one-time
save
use
it
anyway.
for Big Mama. Yeah,
Mhm.
but like I want the armor.
Okay. So as the creature bites into you and you begin to feel these incisors crush through your armor and the acid start to burn your flesh, you invoke that tattoo and suddenly it repels the damage. And the creature lets go and backs up a few steps. And
Yeah, that's
twitters
right.
its
right.
little legs
Uh-huh.
and looks at you perplexed. And it is Osha's turn.
If I
So
if I
oh,
have
go
not
ahead.
used a dice yet,
Uh-huh.
how far from me is Tefra?
Tefra is about 16 feet, I think.
16 feet away. Okay. And if I run to Tefra, I'm going to invoke this little jerk. Doesn't matter. He can't because I used my. Can I use my remaining dice to try and give Tefra a healing tincture?
I need to clarify a few things. First
Okay,
of
no
all,
problem.
yes, you can spend your die.
Mhm.
This is just a pure spend. You don't have to roll to do
Okay.
that. And that's your other action.
Mhm.
But the reprisal is not a classic attack of opportunity.
Mhm.
It's strictly a risk roll to see
Mhm.
if in the process of escaping, something happened to you that could have injured you or slowed you down.
Okay.
So the
Um,
damage factor in this instance is not part of that invoked status effect because it's a reprisal, which is a separate kind of event.
Gotcha. Well, I still would like to do it because I don't want our
Okay.
our old friend from the old days to die.
Right.
So
All right. You have 2 dice.
I only have one because I spent one to aid.
Oh, okay.
Or I spent one to do something. I think.
Well, you're going
We
to
spell
spend
attack,
one.
right?
Oh, did you assist?
I assisted someone, I think. Yeah, I
Okay.
rolled a 2 on something.
Okay. Right.
Oh, so you could recover a hit point that didn't actually an injury.
The reprisal does not affect you either way. You hustle over and spend
That's
your
right,
die
can't touch
and
this.
roll 1d4 to restore Tefra.
Come Come on, dice. Be nice to me. Be nice to me, dice. That's a 2. This
Okay.
dice likes 2.
All right. Tefra, here's the challenge. You come back, you have 2 injury scales.
Okay.
But as you're brought back from that dying status, you are afflicted for the next 2,000 breaths unless something clears that up, which means your dice cache is now cut in half.
So how do you do half of 3 in this game?
Yeah, we'll make it, you're down to 2.
You literally
Okay.
saw a D4 in half. So we'll wait while you do that.
This is the special part of the game.
Yeah. You brought your saw, right?
Exall.
Okay, so that was
Since we are old traveling companions, do I know if Tefra has any self-healing?
you've never seen Tefra be able to do that particular thing. Tefra has chewed on silicon out of quartz sometimes to heal, but that there's no manifestation going on with Tefra on themselves.
Can I just as I feed him the tincture, and can I just drop it so he has it?
Oh, sure.
So you now have
This is-
2 doses of a healing tincture.
Thank you very kindly.
Now kill something. That's not
Thank you, Kaz.
And then OSHA, you're still going?
Sorry. I
Yeah.
Okay.
So I know I spent 1 die to assist.
But
Did I
you
hear
get your
correctly?
dice
I get that
now.
back?
Yes.
Ooh,
Yep, your dice cast
Nice.
resets at the start
3.
of your turn.
that is exciting. Okay, I would like to manifest my teleport manifestation. What a terrible sentence that was. Yeah, I want to teleport
Okay. To where?
on top of the big one on its head.
Oh, okay.
you know it's stunned.
Oh yeah. Shit. No, I don't. In character, I don't know that. I've already made my decision.
Okay.
That's fair.
Are you gonna do 1 or 2
I
dice on
support
that?
this.
Let's go with 2.
Okay.
Which was a 3 and a 1, which probably isn't good.
No, but you can bump the 3 to a 4.
Oh, true. I will do that. Definitely.
Okay. As you do that, another one of those bugs twitches their legs and changes your 1 to a 0. Now, I will let you spend primacy to change it back to a 1 if you wish.
I will. I have plenty of that.
I'm kind of fudging it a little bit because I'll tell you, I'll let you do it at the expense instead of changing the 3 to a 4. That's what's
Okay.
in the rules.
Okay.
Because otherwise you're going to face reprisal from this automatically. So as
Okay.
you go to teleport, this bug, one of those bugs twitches their legs and it throws off your manifestation, and you have to pull yourself back from injury as you feel your manifestation effort strained by whatever that bug just did. You still have another action if you wish to take it.
So I did not make it to
You did not make it. What you
Okay.
ended up having to do was, instead of being able to finish your manifestation, you had to stop.
Okay.
Because of that,
I
the
see what
key
you're
is that 1. So these bugs
Okay.
are able to change any of your 1s to 0s if they spend primacy.
Well, in that case, I'll like turn and look to that bug that did that to me, like one eye peering from like the curtain of hair in front of my face, and I'll use a void attack on it.
Okay. Nice. Go ahead. And that's a 1 die roll because you're down to 1.
A 3.
You can bump it.
Dang. Yes, I'm going to bump
Okay.
it.
Roll D4 damage against that little bugger.
Another 3.
Nice. Okay. You crack its carapace and blast into the flesh underneath, and it kind of rocks it a little bit, and it takes a side step and starts to bleed on the floor. And that's your turn, correct? Did you want to move? There's no, I mean, do you want to move closer to anybody else, or you good?
I will run up to Tefra.
Okay, so you zip over to Tefra as well. So Tefra and Kaz OSHA and Kaz are with Tefra. And Puff, you're nearby as well because you were back by them. So it is Kaz's turn.
Okay. I have 2 questions.
Mhm.
One of the things I can do is just a thing called silent trap. What the heck is that?
So you can assign an area that if a creature moves into it, it erupts as a damaging effect in that zone. And you can affect an area as large as 12 by 12 if
Okay.
you wanted to affect that big of an area.
And it's like an area, not a perimeter.
It's 12 by 12 area. Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually a cube. It's a 12 by 12 by 12 cube.
Yeah. So I can't like put a protective trap around Tephra. So if anything comes near it,
No, this
I
is
would put
this
a
is
trap on top of Tephra and fry Tephra.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Essentially.
Then we
Yeah.
will not do that.
It'd be interesting.
Yes. I also think
Or who?
Me, the player.
yes. I also think it was mentioned because I have silence. I do extra damage when I fight if I hide and then pop
If
out.
you do shadow walk,
If I do shadow walk.
when you come out, if you attack out of shadow walk,
Okay.
you get an extra D4 of
Okay.
damage. Also, if you are just surprised, also allows you decreased difficulty on your attack.
Okay. So I can either shadow walk or I can hide and then try and sneak up and surprise someone, or am I misunderstanding hide?
No, you're right. Yeah, hide is a mundane effect. Shadow walk is a manifestation.
Okay. Then I think so. Big Mama is still stunned. Big Mama will be able to attack after my turn, correct?
That should be right because it would be one more round.
One more
Yeah.
round?
It's at the end of my turn.
End of
Okay.
Puff's turn. Yeah.
Then I have worked with Puff and I know this, so I'm like, I really want it. And I am going to just try and slink back into the shadows and shadow walk over to the one that stabbed Osha.
Okay. Go for it. So go ahead and roll. Do you want to do 1 or 2 dice?
So I roll once for shadow walk, correct? Or
Yes.
okay. So I'm gonna try just one. I'm gonna try
Okay.
just one. Try just one. Probably gonna regret this. That is a 2.
The disappointment.
I'm trying to decide what to do. Like it's so difficult to succeed.
Do you want to re-roll?
We are in such bad shape that I think I'm going to use one of my 2 fortune's favors to try and re-roll it.
Sounds good.
And that's a 1, so I shouldn't
Okay.
have.
Yeah. So as you attempt to manifest shadow walk, you don't suffer any reprisals, so you're okay on
Okay.
that regard.
That's good.
And you have another action if you wish to take it.
Okay, yeah, then I'm just going to just walk up to that one and stab it using 2
Okay.
dice.
Okay.
That's a 2 and a 4.
Okay. Sweet. All right. So go and roll 24 damage.
I'm gonna do the one that rolled well. That's a 2.
Okay. You crack into that one's carapace, and that's your turn.
That's my turn.
All right. Very good. It goes to Puff.
So I can make a new manifestation without this one ending because it's going to end at the end of my turn.
Correct. Or you can maintain your manifestation by spending one of your dice automatically. And you can still manifest something else as well.
I'm going to do that. I'm
Okay.
going to spend 1 die to maintain the stun on that big one.
It's
Okay.
so good.
And then what does fear do? Does that make them run from me?
Right. They would become afraid of you. And if they attempted to attack you, it would be they would be afflicted, which means they could only use 1 die, and they wouldn't do it as a first choice.
Okay, and then a mental attack. Would that be more damage or about the same as my axe?
Mental attack, it's the same damage. The damage base is the same for all damaging attack types. High success gives you +2 on that. And then there are sometimes other factors that increase it, but they don't really apply at this moment.
And then confusion would cause it to attack its friends?
Could potentially, if that's your goal. It also could make them afflicted by being confused as well.
I'm gonna go for confusion. How many not big? There's one big one. How many other creatures are in play?
There are 3 in various degrees of injury.
Okay. Whichever one is the least injured, I'd like to confuse.
Okay.
That's a 4 and a 1.
Okay, now let me ask you this. Because you now know that these bugs can change your 1s to 0s.
Yeah, I would like to. Can I with 2 primacy, I can reroll 1 of these die.
Yes, or you can spend 1 primacy and bump that 1 to a 2.
I'm gonna spend 2 primacy. Is what I'm gonna do.
All right.
That's a 2.
Okay.
Not much better, but it's better than those jerks.
So you don't have to. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. And you do confuse. Well, let me do my challenge roll. I can try to get out of it. Oh, you try to confuse it, and as you manifest on this thing, it shakes its head and clears the confusion. It got out of it.
Okay.
Wasn't too likely that it would, but it did.
Jerk.
And that was you spent 1 die and then you rolled your attack. So you are done. You want to stay where you're at?
I think Puff moves further back, away from those creatures. Using my tincture, is that an action?
You have to have a die to spend to do that.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So Puff just like sniffs their catnip and like lets out a roar that like shakes the surrounding area a little bit.
Nice.
Their eyes kind of look really bright in the light as they kind of glare at these creatures, trying to contemplate what she's going to do in her next move.
Now, remind me, have you been attacked by one of these yet?
Yes.
Okay, so there is a reprisal on you moving away.
Okay.
You could spend a die also to avoid that, but you don't have any
I don't.
at the moment. That is 1. So you take 1 injury as you stumble back and you twist your paw a little bit.
Okay.
And it is Tefra's turn.
All right. So Tefra is going to pop one of the tinctures and drink it first. Is that a mundane action?
You do that. You spend 1 die, and then you can roll your 1d4. Yep.
Okay. 1d4.
Roll better than I do.
3.
Okay, so you get 3 more. Nice.
Yep. So I got 3 back, and then I am going to. What I want to do is I want to manifest a bubbling of the stone beneath this big mama. And I want the stone to transition and change into hot, bubbling lava.
Got you.
I'm not playing anymore.
Okay, so go ahead and roll your manifestation to now this is your
I think I only have 1 more die, right? Because I had to reduce by half.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 die left. So you can affect a 12 by 12 area. Here's a question, group. Do you think that changing the rock to lava is changing the elemental form? I'm going to say no. I'm saying just
Technically,
no.
lava is rock.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is.
it's just the state of matter. That's all.
Yeah.
So it's a standard difficulty. Go ahead and go for it.
Thank you, table.
I hope she sinks down into it and sticks.
4.
Nice. Okay, so you create up to a 12-foot deep pool of magma if you wish.
I do wish, but not the babies. Just the beetles and the big mama.
The big mama's in a different place. So
Yep.
the ground opens up, boop, 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 and the creature is just coming to consciousness or awareness as the steam starts, and it starts crying out as it takes damage. You can roll a d4 damage on that.
3.
Okay. Yeah, and it starts to sink into this magma. In this instance, I'm also going to make it slowed, which makes it half as fast. And I want to point out to everyone that we had the slowed status effect before Wizards added it to the 6th edition as a condition. Okay. And that was all of your dice, right? And your actions?
That was it. Yep. And
Okay.
if I have movement that's free of reprisal, I will use it. But if I'm in danger, I'm just going to stand my ground.
Yeah, you don't have it free reprisal because you're still in that whole melee of or group of beetles that are you're all together now.
Yeah, I'm just going to turn to the nearest one and go, okay, let's go.
Okay. All right. Now
Except just like the old days.
Yeah, kind of.
Now, as this creature, as the big mama starts to cry out, and because we're running low on time, the beetles, it draws their attention and they scurry to her aid, and the chamber is starting to fill with this burning, flesh kind of smell, and it's getting a bit smoky. There is another exit further in on the far side. The creatures seem momentarily distracted. If you want to go for that or continue to attack them, I'm going to give them all the opposite of a surprise round and give them a distracted round as they run to her aid.
Let's get out of here.
I'll hold the line. Go, go, go.
All right.
Puff picks everybody up and just runs.
Oh,
Can I do one thing before we all
Yeah, please.
skedaddle? I don't know how it works. I'm hoping it works the way I wanted to. The planar doorway, can I make it underneath all the little ones? Just Looney Tunes them through the ground?
Yes. If you want to try and do that, you certainly can. Go ahead then.
As I'm being carried by Puff and Rana.
You're backwards under an arm. Casting.
Exactly.
All right. Make that. It's still turn order, so you want to do 1 or 2 dice?
2. I want this to work.
Okay.
I got a 1 and a 2. I'm going to use my fortune favor to reroll.
Okay, you can reroll 1 die.
It was a 1 again. That was pointless.
Oh man! So you ended up with a 2 and a 1.
Yeah, I did.
Does anyone have any way they want to assist, or does chat want to assist?
Can I use primacy?
You already used it to reroll. No, you used fortunes. Yes, you can use primacy.
All right, I'll do that.
What do you want to do? Do you want to reroll or do you want to bump it?
Let's see. Well, 3 and a 1. Oh, that's high failure. No.
Yeah.
A 2 and a 2. Miss plus recovery. I'll re-roll it.
Okay.
So that's 2 primacy. Is that correct?
2 primacy to reroll 1 or 4 to reroll both.
We're going 4.
Okay.
4 and a 2.
There you go. All right. So as you're running this warm little nest, actually, that's probably faded by this time. I don't quite remember, but it just opens up. And the grouping of these sort of semi-crystalline or translucent buggy things falls in, and it goes like this. You open it underneath and they fall in, and then they tumble a little bit, and then they're like on the ground perpendicular to the way you are. They don't keep falling. It's like they're on the ground in another place. The question is, what is this place? And because you didn't roll high enough, you can't choose. So give me a 3d4 and tell me the total, and I'll tell you where they ended up.
Just horrible little chittering noises.
11.
Oh, what? All right.
watch it be like right in front of us, blocking the exit.
The dimension that opens into it looks like everything is crystalline. The little bugs almost look like they belong here, but they're a little bit more opaque. But there's this bizarre crystalline dimension, and as you hear the little squeaks that they make, they are super loud, really magnified, and let's see, I gotta read. Yeah, the sound of a breaking window could cut someone just as deeply as a broken shard of glass. This dimension has a profound effect on visitors. Outsiders who have been here often whisper and flinch at loud noises, recalling the power of sound in that dimension. So it's a very odd, brittle, almost sort of dimension of the shattering glass is always on the verge of disaster. And then you are out of there. And then the way that works is when that manifestation ends at the end of your next turn, then that portal will just close. And if they don't come out, they're left in there.
Hey, I've been in there.
Her?
Cave? Yeah, we were all just in the cave.
No, that weird crystal dimension. It's part of what inspired my chillness and like my vibe, because crystals are like focusing points. And when I went to that place, I was able to kind of just center myself and get out alive, especially because I just used my silence skills. So it didn't really bother me that it's like a weird noise place. I think that's how I know you. Did you send me to a crystal void?
It was an accident. I'm sorry. I didn't
You're
mean
the
to.
reason they're like this?
I may, but I did not on purpose.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Kaz, as Puff is saying this, Kaz grabs the front of the burlap and is like, "You did this!" and just shaking.
Wait, Kaz, please. I was so filled with anger and rage before. I just wanted to smash things
It was
all the
great.
time.
You smashed all the things. It was awesome.
Well, I mean, there are only some things I like to smash. She
Kaz,
blushes.
Kaz,
It's like bright pink.
Puff can clearly still smash things. Just
Yeah, but she doesn't.
I mean, I
That's
do
what crystals-
sometimes.
she's just happier when she does it now. It's a good thing, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm feeling really good. I promise. Do you want to go in the dimension? You can go in there right now.
No.
It's true. One of us should probably be the smasher and the other person should be the smashy. That's not what I mean. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate that you did that for me. I know it was an accident. You would never harm someone on purpose unless they were hurting you, and I didn't hurt you. So all is forgiven. I love the way that I am, even if Kaz can't handle it.
You're the one who changed. Tefra, are you alive? Are you did bad back there? Are you?
I feel great. Everybody's kind of coming around and sort of bonding, and I almost died, but I'm better now. Kinda. Thank you for the tincture. I hope that those little guys are okay.
They need little guys turn into the big one. You fried the big one. That was really good. Why didn't you fry the little ones? They turn into the big ones.
I don't know.
They'll think twice about harming people because
No, they
of you,
won't.
Tefra.
No, they don't think.
Maybe they'll change their ways. I don't know. Puff did.
There's always hope for a future. They're going to chill out in there and think about their life.
Yeah, they're in charge of their own destiny now. Like, they can make their own decisions on what they want to be when they grow up.
I hate this place.
It's just like old times.
It sure is.
Walks off.
More than you know.
Moving beyond the grub nest, you stumble into a sight. A massive foundry expands before you, cold, dark, but apparently intact. Fitted into the ground, great notched gear molds await molten bronze. Leaning in the dim and distant light, the faint glow of massive bronze gears rest against the wall. Tall crucibles stand at dark attention, like guardians of ancient secrets. A cold forge hulks like a dead beast where it once breathed heat and flame. Finally, a trickling stream glimmers noisily along a cooling trough from some eternal spring below ground. I need you all to make a called roll body, please.
That's a 4 and a 2.
Just a 1 day?
4 and a 2 as well.
Oh, okay.
I got 2 ones.
Twinsies.
Okay.
You are muted.
Do I roll 1 die if I don't have body?
No, you still roll 2,
Okay.
but you have to have body to change the outcome.
Got it. 4 and a 1.
Okay. All of you except Osha, who's always got their head down.
I'm spacing
then
out at the moment.
And then you see among the bulk of forgotten machinery, a dim purple light, some 12 shins above the ground, as though a single unnatural torch sits ensconced in the wall. And as you observe it, the light begins to move and hover and slowly move back and forth. And then it flashes. And that, my friends, is where we're going to end this session.
Oh, what?
Because we're out of time.
Very cool.
Oh, well, that was so much fun. I hope everyone
Yay!
enjoyed
Yeah, it
it.
was. Thank you
That was
so much,
great.
Ty. Thanks for putting that together for us.
Yeah,
Mhm.
my pleasure. We got a couple things to wrap up here. Let's see. Where do you want to go, Dave? What should we go through the outros and then do our drawing, or should we?
Yep, let's do that. Let me just plug the drawing again, folks. We are doing this for a good cause. It's for Games for Love. Every little bit that you can donate is going to make a difference in children's lives. $5 will get you a chance to win right now, some session giveaways, and we'll get you a chance to win on Sunday the 12th when we do our grand prize giveaways. So there's still time if you want to donate $5 to get in on the drawing while we do our outros. And stick around because we're going to find somebody to raid.
Awesome. We'll keep it the same order. So Candace, please, again, remind us who you're playing, where to find you, what you're up to, fun stuff like that. And thank you so much for being here.
Of course. My name is Candace, also known as Candace the Magnificent. I have been Puff tonight. You can find me on Twitter and Blue Sky at the Candace Marie, and over pretty much everywhere else at Candace the Magnificent. You can find me every other Saturday on Matihi's channel doing What We Do in the Shallows. You can find me every Wednesday over on 12-Sided Stories on Spotify or wherever you catch your pods, and Otherworld Hollywood, which is a Call of Cthulhu podcast. You can catch me over at Bloom and Blight, also on Spotify, if you're a podcast fan, for some Girl by Moonlight. And just follow me on social. I'm in a bunch of stuff all over the place, and it's hard to keep track.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Of course,
Alex.
thank you.
Yeah.
You say me?
Alex, please let us know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please. Thanks. for being-
I am Alex. You can find me. Alex is my name on all the socials. I really just, I'm doing stuff, but they're all super top secret. But I just want to thank you, Ty, for all the work and effort involved in GMing. And I really appreciate that. This was a lot of fun. And I also want to thank all of you for playing with me. It's been a blast. You all are amazing role players. And most importantly, I want to thank Guild Superior for putting this together, especially making it a charity event. I think it's super important and amazing that you all are doing that. And thank you to everyone that has donated. It goes a long way.
Yeah.
Yes.
And thank you. I'm glad we got you to the table for this, because it's been a long time since you've known about Nuovarden and
Yeah.
got to play it.
It's amazing.
Okay.
Hey, you all. I am Kay. I was playing Kaz, the very crappy little cat with too big of an ego. Don't worry. He's going to try some catnip sooner or later. And in my brain, right as we were fading out, you hear the echoing, "Do you want to fight?"
You can find me every Sunday this month over at Tavernaz channel playing Girl by Moonlight. You can find me every Tuesday at Cataclysm Presents doing the Table Talk show. On Wednesdays, you can find me at Goblin Cave TV playing Pathfinder. Tomorrow at 4:30 Eastern, we are doing the premiere of the second part of the My Little Pony two-shot that we ran. It is Candace the Magnificent. I don't know where they are on the screen. Urban Bohemian, my friend Pan, and DM Jazzy Hands. We played ponies for 6 hours, and I have not smiled so much in a very long time. Every other Wednesday, you can find me at the Emergency Bar Podcast, emergencybarpodcast.com, or wherever you get your podcasts. And again, I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but an Initiative Order Chalice will be back at some point. That's me.
Wonderful. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank you all for playing with me and for putting up with my crappy little cat. I love being a jerk cat.
Amazing. That was amazing. We loved it.
I want all these characters back at the table for real. Dave, I'm going to jump in front of you real quick because I know you got a few other things to add. I am DungeonMisterTy. I'm the founder of Adventure Slang Productions and also the creator of this game, Nuovarden, which came to me out of a dream. It has been a dream to put together, and we are in our third year. The system will be real live in the first quarter of 2024. So very soon, we're just in the process of tidying it all together and then going into layout and all that fun stuff for the reels. Let's see what else. Please visit us at adventureslang.com. There is all kinds of, everything is there. You can get into our Discord. You can find our socials. You can listen to the podcast. And I want to mention as well that if you see anything in this week with the charity, any cool stuff in the live streams or anything, and you think that it's newsworthy, send it over to Tabletop News. They are always welcoming recommendations. They're brand new. They're 3 sessions out. We just had Michelle Wynn Bradley on the podcast talking about it. You can make recommendations and see your friends and hear about your friends on their show if they pick it up. So keep that in mind as you continue to go through all these adventures with us. What else is going on? I will be on Tales from the Tavern tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific. Gamer Mom Luna has a video podcast. And I am a returning guest and excited to be back on there. It's where the chat gets to ask the questions. So hopefully we'll see you there. This has been Nuovarden. And Dave, I'm going to turn it over to you. As I am, yes.
Candace and I both add one more thing.
Yes, we both forgot. Candace and I will both be at PAX Unplugged, and we will be at Tales from the Tavern at PAX Unplugged.
That's right.
Yes.
So if you're going to be there, please come and see us. It is on Saturday in the Crab God Theater. I believe it's 7:30 p.m. So please come over and ask us a bunch of questions.
And I have survival bags with fidget toys. So if you need fidget toys or D20s or throat lozenges, I have them.
See, I knew I should have been going to PAX this year. All right, Dave, that's me.
Oh my gosh. First off, Ty, thank you so much. Anytime that you have a game going, I am excited to play in it. So thank you for bringing this back to Guild Superior. I always enjoy playing in your games. I've been wanting to play with Candace and Kay for a long time, and so I'm so excited that this happened. And Alex, I didn't even know that I'd been wanting to play with you for a long time, and so that happened. And so we manifested some great stuff tonight, and we also manifested some great work for Games for Love, which is a fantastic charity that does good things for kids who are spending time in hospitals, bringing them hope, games, and fun, because kids need fun. Even when they're suffering with all the things that happen in this world. So thanks to everybody in the chat who helped us raise some funds. We are over $1,200 with the fundraiser. So thank you all for being here. We have a lot of games coming up still. And so make sure to follow us on socials. Tomorrow there is, oh gosh, I should probably have this in front of me. What do we have tomorrow? Dave, here we go. Tomorrow. There is a Tomb of Annihilation game over on Phoenix Wacky. And then on Monday, they're playing a Gastromancy game. And then we'll be back here on Tuesday for Heroes of Greyhawk. Out of the Abyss on November 8th. That's Wednesday. We have a Dragonbane one-shot here at Guild Superior on Thursday, run by our good friend Bleak Season. Then on Friday, there's a one-shot roulette, and then Candlekeep Mysteries over back on Phoenix Wacky's channel. Then there's a Phandelver and Below kickoff for Phoenix on Saturday, and then we're back with Walking Dead here on Guild Superior, a Blade Runner one-shot Saturday night. And then Sunday, we wrap it up with a 5e one-shot Seeds of Destruction with our good friend Shiv. So there's a lot going on. There's still time to help out with this. Yeah, that's it. But we've got a lot of great sponsors too. So thank you to Free League Publishing, World Anvil, Adventure Slang Productions, CZRPG, Darling Creep Show, Phoenix Dice, Idle Champions, Frictionless Dan, Hero Forge, and Sirenscape for all of the great giveaways that we have throughout the week. That's a lot. I really appreciate everything that folks have done. We are going to raid into our friends at Wanderers Haven. But first, before we do that, we are going to give away some loot. So if you could, Candace, type !roll space D32 in the chat, please. And Ty, you could do the same, please. Oh, Candace, nice. 32 on the die. Andy G3D, our producer, has just won one of the giveaways. Andy G3D, congratulations. We have a PDF of the Nuovarden rule set or a 3D mini from Hero Forge. Up to you. And Ty, what did you roll? Another 32? No, a 23. Oh my God, I was going to say.
Yeah, 23.
All right, a 23. 23. Vamp Wickman is our second winner. So congratulations, Vamp. You are the winner. I'll reach out to you. Make sure you get what you deserve, pal. Thank you all, everybody, for being here with us. And we're gonna go ahead and raid. Thank you, everybody, including our production, Andy G3D. Had a blast.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you all so much for having us. Thank you for watching
so
chat.
much.
See you soon.